following show features reviews from wildly unprofessional critics operating without the supervision of professionals. The thoughts and opinions held by these individuals are not to be taken seriously and do not come from a place of intellectual integrity. This show doesn't reflect the opinions of Criticless or its users. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's time to finally stop the constant flood of filth and propaganda coming out of Hollywood. Fill the airwaves 24/7 with that garbage. We gonna do the same thing.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.
What's up? Oh, what's up? What's up? What is up, everybody? Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Criticless Cast Unhinged. We are glad to have you all back. You know, it's good to be back after the holiday season. We've let Thanksgiving marinate. We're all at least like a few pounds heavier, and things are, you know, chilling out slightly before they ramp back up for Christmas and all that stuff. And I've been doing nothing but talk about Christmas things, Christmas movies, just Christmas in general for days now with all these shows. And it's going to be fun because today we're not talking about another Christmas movie because we planned this not even really thinking about Christmas at all. Because today we are going to be reviewing the film Stretch that came out all the way back in 2014. This film, no one knows it exists, really, and there is some interesting things surrounding it and the history of it and what happened with this movie. It was directed by Joe Carnahan, and we reviewed a film from him last time we had a show, which was that we did The A-Team, which he also directed. But we will get into all of this much later. I'm ready to get this thing rolling, but first what we need to do is we need to put someone on blast. And that person that we need to put on blast, I'm sure that most of you can probably guess who this person is and guess what has happened with them, because it's very on brand. And I'll play a clip that is closely related to this individual and see if you can guess who it is or what might have happened.
Why are you gay?
Yes, that's right. It's Chris. Chris is not here. His chair is empty. No one knows where he is. And the thing is that a lot of you guys don't know about Chris is that he doesn't really exist. You don't hear from him or see him or anything pretty much from like week to week. It's like we see him on Thursdays and then he drops a smoke bomb, and the theory is that Chris is actually a Fed, that he works for the government, which he actually does, but that he's more than just the type of Fed that he claims that he is, which is a tax man, you know, a vile tax man, but he's actually just some sort of secret government spy, probably to entrap homosexual men from other countries into doing scandalous things. But who knows? That might be what he's doing right now. No one knows. But he is not here tonight. But I do have the ever so trustworthy Mr. Matthew Verlack. He's here. He's in the studio.
What's up, everybody? Here, like I always am.
That's right.
Unless Sid's taking my seat.
That's true. That's true.
So.
Which it is in your house as well.
It is in my house, so it is easy for me to be here.
It's harder to escape.
Yeah.
But
one week I won't be here. You'll just show up and I won't be here. You're gonna be like, what's happening here? Be like, I don't know. That's gone.
Exactly. That could be the case. But yeah, so it's just the dynamic duo today. We have messaged Chris to find out. And in all seriousness, we hope that Chris is okay, because I mean
but the thing is nobody texted him about it.
Right.
And then we had a week off last week.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all adults, and we all just assumed. None of us were like, hey, we'll make sure we're watching the movie before the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So all of you and I remembered to do our homework and show up.
I know.
And Chris
this guy.
Yeah, I know. He would just be like, I didn't even know we were doing this, because he just forgets everything.
He's like an old man. It's really interesting. You know, he's Chris, and we all love Chris dearly. And wherever you are, Chris, hopefully it's alive, since you're a single man. You know, we need to like create a system where he has, like, we joke about his mail order brides.
Mm-hmm.
They're clearly not doing their job of alerting us when things have happened to him.
Yeah, probably because it keeps sending him back.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So who knows? Who knows what happened? But we need to tell all of you guys hello. What's going on, chat? Hello, everybody. I see the usual Spud Specs in there. We've got Gas Station Burrito, hopped in right away, said, what's up? What's up, homie? And we got Quagmire, we got M, Campy U Fan, we got My Dixie in here. Did I say Life on Marshmallows? No, I don't think I have yet. We got Life on Marshmallows, and of course, my lovely, beautiful wife, who I didn't make mad before I left the house. Definitely didn't. She loves me so dearly because I'm just the most handsome and lovable human.
I mean, you must have not pissed her off since she's on here.
No, that's probably the reason. You know, she's just keeping tabs, making sure that I don't say something else stupid to anger her. You know, but I would never do that. I've never actually done that in my entire life, so that's definitely not what happened. And we got Subtle Deviancy in here. We got Toby Sarah in here. And Caveat Ties, all the folks. What's going on, everybody? Genius Anus, what is up, homie? I'm glad to see everybody in here. And, Chris didn't remember to show up. I don't know what happened. Yeah, dog ate my homework. But Chris is that guy, you know, he got to get away with it because he's homeschooled. You know, he didn't even ever have to worry about that, you know, requirement.
Yeah, because his mom probably would just be like, do your homework. Well, he wouldn't have homework. It's all homework, I guess, if you're homeschooled.
Right. It's all homework when you're homeschooled. And the thing with Chris is he was the youngest child. He's homeschooled, and they didn't care anymore. You know, he was just raw dogging life, and he still is. And, you know.
Yeah, he just texted and said, I'm at home, guys.
Yeah, he's probably going to pop into the chat here in a little bit and tell everybody, you know, what it is he's doing. Probably making love to his mail order bride. So,
or staring at the wall.
Right.
Because I do imagine he does that a lot.
Right. Well, he's a cat daddy, so he's probably just sitting at home stroking his puss. You know what I'm saying?
That's the truth.
That is probably what Chris is doing, to be completely honest. But, you know, I think we should go ahead and kick the show off, you know, with what we normally kick the show off with, which is everybody's favorite culture for boomers. And before we kick this off, I did see a 10 for pop through, and this is actually from the homie Cole Hauser. If y'all don't know Cole Hauser, definitely you need to, because he's the man, and he's got a channel, actually. He's been streaming lately, I've seen, and I need to pop in on that show. Sorry I haven't done that yet, dude. I've been slacking. But yeah, so Cole, for 10 Canadian dollars, I don't know what that is in American, but it's probably worth even more American dollars, I think. Or is it vice versa?
I don't know. I feel like Canadian dollars.
It's always higher.
Higher than ours, which means it's just probably less. It's less American dollars.
Don't worry about it, Cole. We're not smart enough to figure out this math. But what Cole says
Public education people.
Right, exactly. He says, bro, I love this movie. One of the first movies I reviewed when I joined Criticless. Patrick Wilson is so good. Good thing I caught your post so I can watch. And brother, listen up, dude. I was actually going to do a post where I tagged you directly because I saw that this was one of your first reviews and it made me super happy. And I was like, hell yeah, the homie Cole freaking loves this movie just like I do. This came up last week, dude, and we got super excited because we did the A-Team. I don't know if you've seen that A-Team film, but if you haven't, you
gotta watch it. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's so good. Same director. And I'm actually debating on digging into his back catalog and really watching more of this guy's films because I mean his Smoking Aces is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, I mean that's a great flick.
Right.
A-Team's great.
Yep.
This one we'll talk about.
Yeah.
I'm not saying one way or the other yet,
right,
but it does make me want to dig into other movies of his.
Because I've heard he's done a couple over the past few years that are really good, and he actually has a brand new movie coming out next month.
No kidding. What is it?
Starring none other than Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. It's called The Rip, and it looks cool as shit.
Okay, I didn't know they were doing a movie, and I don't think I knew much about it. But now that I know he's directing it, and I love those two guys, especially together,
right,
I'm in.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, I'm excited for his new movie. I need to see some of the others. He did one called Boss Level that I've heard is great.
Okay, yeah, that was like a Hulu movie, and I have yet to see it, but it is on my to-watch list since we've seen these movies.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, maybe on the run-up to seeing this new film, you know, I'm sure we'll talk about it on this channel just because we're stans of his at this point.
Yeah, so, at this point, for sure.
Yeah, he does great stuff, and I plan to watch more of them. But yeah, Cole, dude, we're really glad to have you here in the chat. And I also see Troy, the man, the myth, the legend, Troy Maselli is in here. Says like, share, subscribe, do all the clicky things. So do all of those. Thanks, Troy. Go follow him as well. Both these guys have channels, cool dudes, and glad to see both of y'all in here and hopping in to say hey. And so, yeah, as my Dixie said, need some new culture. You know?
Yeah, please tell me something new besides 6'7".
There are things happening in this world, guys, besides 6'7". And I am here.
7'8".
Right, 7. Dude, listen, I mean, there's 41. There's 41. So
Well, 42 is the ultimate answer. We all know that's the truth.
I guess so. Yeah, I'm over 6'7", and we've got new things. So I'm gonna edumacate everybody here. I have some interesting things happening. Now we're gonna warm it up light, before we get into the like the nitty gritty of the culture. What's happening as far as the slang? Because I've got a new one, a cool one. But first, you guys got to see this because it's absolutely hilarious, and I freaking love it.
Everything's gone. Just everything's gone.
Yeah, everything's gone, even my lighter and my deodorant. I was having so much fun with them. Best night ever.
Wow. He's no shame in his game. He's like, yeah, that was great, man. That was fun. That was a real light up of my life.
Just the best night of my life. I was hanging out playing with my lighter, and the house burned down. So there's that. We got to start this over. This freaking killed me. Absolutely took me out.
Yeah, because you feel so bad.
Everything's gone. Just everything's gone.
Yeah, everything's gone, even my lighter and my deodorant. I was having so much fun with them. Best night ever.
Oh, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
My guy, like, straight up burned his house down, and it was the best night of his life.
Best night of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's probably going to be like, I'm sending you away after that. And now it's on the internet. Like,
right. Your little arsonist just went and publicized what they did. And we got another $5 from Cole. What's
so
up?
Now we're up to $10, I think.
That's right. Right. Said, watch Lakeview Terrace, Patrick Wilson, Samuel L. Jackson. Great movie. I don't think I've seen that one. Have you?
I don't think I have either.
Yeah. We'll have to check that out.
No, I don't think so. Unless that's the one where they're neighbors and Samuel L. Jackson like has floodlights that are like blinding to the other house.
Oh, no, that
was like Lake something. I think Samuel L. Jackson was in it, but
that kind of reminded me of you made me think of Disturbia. Remember that one was Shia LaBeouf?
Oh yeah. That came out when I was
in,
what was that, like high school?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
So yeah, I will have to check out Lakeview Terrace. I'll add it to the list, Cole, for sure.
That's it. Cole Hauser.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, we will check
Steel
it.
Trap.
Right. Heck yeah. So
lucky guess.
You do know what it is. Nice. So you might have seen it, maybe.
I think I saw it once.
Okay.
And I was like, that's a terrible neighbor.
Right. So I caught some of our people. I found a video, caught some of our people on live. You know what I'm saying? Got caught out in the wild. And if you guys want to know what it's like living in the Carolinas, this is a perfect example.
Yeah. Out here. Yeah, wait.
What is that? Hold up, Bobcat! Oh, no! Hey, get off him! Get off! Coming! Hang on! No! Hold on!
Listen to the scream!
Yeah, wait.
Hold up, Bobcat! Oh, no!
Hold up, Bobcat!
Get off! Coming! Hang on! No! Hold on!
So if y'all want to know how we deal with things here in the Carolinas, all you say, you get out!
Dude, it really is. It's like when the dogs start fighting, I'm like, stop,
right.
Get off him, go on, do something else, go.
Right.
And they're like fighting each other. I'm like, go, stop it, get out of there.
If you've been alive here in North or South Carolina and you haven't heard somebody say those words after like a month, you're living too close to the city. Is all I gotta say. I mean, that's how I talk to my kids. Get out, get on out of here.
Go on, get outside. Go do something.
Exactly. But the way that's how they deterred a bobcat is honestly just absolutely brilliant. I freaking love it. Super funny. So yeah, that's so a little bit of humor here. Got two more funny ones before we're digging deep into culture here. Oh, did it freeze? It froze on me.
You want to go sit in the little Santa's lap? Why not?
Oh man, that's good.
Right. It's it's a message to all you grown individuals out there. You know, you need to listen to the sage advice. You get caught in Santa's lap as a grown man, might be a little too gay.
Dude, I remember being in like middle school and thinking that like, I don't want to do this.
Right.
This is an old dude.
Right.
I don't want to sit in some old guy's lap. And my parents were like, because I have like a sister is 4 years younger than one that's 8.
Right.
So we were going for them, but you know, you go the whole family, and so we'd all go, and they'd just be like, I would just like kind of stand awkwardly behind,
right,
and just be like, okay, sure, Santa, I want a PlayStation 2 game. Looking around for cameras,
waiting to see if one of your homies spots you. They're out there watching, like.
Right. No, I mean, I wouldn't sit on his lap. I would just stand there awkwardly. Let my little sister.
You're clear then. You got a younger sibling to.
Yeah. Well, that thankfully.
Right.
And I remember just being in high school. We were all just like, none of us want to do that. None of us want to go see Santa.
Right. Yeah. You reach a point where you're like, it's a little weird sitting on his lap. I'll just write him a note. You know.
You're right. Well, it's funny because like my son, he's 3.5, and he won't come within 10 feet of Santa.
Really?
Yeah. We've gone to multiple like different events where Santa will be.
Right.
And it's not like we go to the mall to do it, but he'll just be like, I see Santa.
Right.
I'm good. Okay.
Yeah. He's like,
I'm out of the house.
I've seen him. We got this. I'll telepathy.
Yep.
I'll just pass him the note and we can roll.
Yeah. And he just leaves it at that.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
So, all right. Y'all are wanting to know if 6-7's gone. It's not gone, but there are new things emerging. And I have one here for you.
Wabi sabi. What does it mean, and why are kids saying it?
Now,
Mr. Lindsay, back to wabi sabi. What does it mean, and why are kids?
He says it very fast. He'll say it again, but it's wabi sabi, I think.
Wabi sabi. What does it mean, and why are kids saying it? Mr. Lindsay,
Okay.
back to define yet another word that your kids are saying. So let's talk about what it's supposed to mean, and then how the kids are starting to use it and what it might turn into. So first, wabi sabi is a Japanese concept. It's very, very old, and it's all about finding beauty in perfection, which is a really.
All right. So beauty and perfection.
Yeah.
Wabi sabi. Sounds very nice.
Sounds nice. I like it.
Sounds very nice. We're on a good start here.
Yeah, Japanese are onto their shit.
Right.
Let's do this.
Exactly. It's sounding good.
Awesome idea. I really like the idea of wabi sabi. Now, it has surfaced again because there's a clip from an episode of King of the Hill going around where they're talking about an imperfect rose and how it's kind of crooked. And the kid says, I like this rose because it's got wabi sabi. So once again, same concept as the Japanese concept being used in that show. But that then kicks off a trend of people sharing their imperfections and that they like them because they, quote, have wabi sabi. So still positive, still doing okay. However, now there's
there's always a however with this generation, you know what I'm saying?
They're all of a sudden like, oh, you're wabi sabi, like you're not perfect, or wherever they're going. They're gonna make this a slight.
Oh, yep. You see it. You're feeling it. You're seeing it coming.
Let's do it.
Trend where people take turns saying, yo, I like blank this about you. It's got wabi sabi. And the things that they're picking are like annoying traits or not good things about someone's appearance. So wabi sabi is beginning to turn into kind of like a nice way to insult somebody. Like, oh, girl, I like your outfit. It's got wabi sabi. Like I said, I liked it, but I also said I had wabi sabi, which means I low key think it's ugly, but I said it in a quote, nice way. So I like the concept. I don't care for where the trend is kind of heading. But most kids at this point are just repeating it because it's viral, trending, and sounds nice. But
yeah,
this literally reminds me of like back when we were kids. We'd be like, I like your shirt. Nah.
Yeah.
Except that we were just obnoxious.
Right. That's the thing, right? Like this started out nice and sweet and innocent, you know, and then they just turned it into not. So, yeah, it's low key bullying. So just. I guess that's the thing, right? Because he said some of them are still saying it for the nice reason. So if your kid lobs one of these off at you,
you punch him in the face.
You could do that. Yeah, that might be the right thing to do, honestly. But yeah, if they get one off on you, then you got to assess and be like, is this low key shade? Or is my kid just nice? Chances are not. They're probably a douche. They're probably being mean.
Yeah,
so.
Just to be on the safe side, punch them.
Yeah, just punch them.
Teach them what like real bullying is, not just like underhanded slighted flights. Just be like, nope.
Right. You
in the arm.
Dead
leg them. Oh, dead leg them. That's what you do. That's the perfect response. Dead leg.
Yeah, there you go.
And be like, there you go.
There you go.
Wabi
so yeah,
sabi.
Life on Marshmallows. I see what you're saying there. You meant it the nice way, didn't you? I know most people when they talk about my Jaws review, they mean it the nice way. That's clearly
that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's clearly what you were doing there. It was the nice way. because you would never stoop to the low levels of Gen Alpha. You would never do that. Never. So yeah, that's what's happening. Wabi sabi, guys. So if you hear wabi sabi, now you know the good meaning, you know the bad meaning, and you know that most of the kids are being little turds and using it as the bad meaning. So if they say you're wabi sabi, look out, it's coming. All right, gonna do another funny one here really quick, and then I gotta get into some serious weird shit.
True that.
So, are you guys familiar with Tyler Sherwin Magic?
I am.
Yes.
I've seen a handful of his videos.
Okay.
And they're
So
hilarious.
Tyler has been blowing up for a while. I've been meaning to show him for a while, but I figured we had a week off, and we were going to dig into Culture for Boomers. I really want everybody to know what's happening out in the world out there, and this is one of them. Now, Tyler Sherwin, he does magic, but he also has multiple alternate personas. And what he does is he goes on, I think that site Omegle or whatever, where you talk to random people, and he just does random magic with random people. This is one of his personas named Magic Dickie.
This is the only one the only character I've seen of his.
He's got a Captain America. He's got a lot.
Okay.
There's a lot of, but this is the primary persona.
Yeah.
So this is Magic Dickie.
Are you a conehead?
You don't know.
No. Whoa.
Wow.
How did you do that?
It's a thing that we call magic.
Oh, magic. So you're like a high elf or something?
I'm the best hypnotist in the world.
Oh.
Yes.
Can you hypnotize my anxiety away?
I most certainly can. How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
28.
Yep. I don't know how you did that, but yeah, it was pretty good.
Perfect. I'm Mystic Dickie!
Mystic Dickie, sorry.
All right, Mystic Dickie.
Did you like that?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Not like the part, but like the magic part of it.
Have you ever been hypnotized before?
No.
We're getting ready to get you hypnotized, but I think we should try maybe one more trick.
Okay. All
Then
right.
tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Remember this card.
No.
You got your card.
Yeah, I have it.
Is it a good card?
It's an okay card, I guess.
You could have selected any.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and read your mind. Think of your card.
Did you
Think
catch that? When he said you could select any, they were all regular playing cards except for one that says you're gay.
Yep.
So yeah, a clear, clearly this guy was meant to pick
Magic.
It was magic.
Yeah.
the number or the letter.
Well, it's words.
Word.
Yeah, it's two words.
You're making it a little bit more difficult for me this time. Shit. Well, how about this? I've got 5 numbers here, 1 through 5. Pick one of them.
Okay, let's go with 3.
Okay. The card you selected is on the back of here.
It is.
No.
What?
Because if you selected any of the other ones, it wouldn't have been your card.
Oh.
Is this telling me something?
What?
I don't know if y'all could see on stream, but they actually don't
Card.
all say you're gay. They all say you're not gay, except for the one that says you're gay, which is magic. He picked. It's magic. It's magic.
Oh.
Is this telling me something?
What? Wow.
For some reason, I think I have to hypnotize you.
Congratulations. You have passed the test. Hypnosis is real, and you're ready to get hypnotized by the amazing Mystic Dickie.
Well, let's do this, my friend. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in for me.
Okay.
And exhale. Relaxing your anal. Take another deep breath in for me. And exhale out the anal. Yes. By the end of this hypnosis, we're going to forget that you are gay. Take another deep breath in for me.
But I wasn't.
And exhale.
Classic.
When I snap my fingers, you will wake up and forget that you are gay.
But I wasn't gay ever.
Well, then let's prove that. I've got a card in my pocket. What card is it?
The you're not gay card? No!
Well, we can fix that.
The card or?
If you give her a kiss.
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
Watch live Magic React.
That's good.
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
It was the same guy. I can't remember. I don't think it was being a magician. It was more of like a scare factor.
Right.
But he like did something crazy to like a person, and then he's like quickly she like shuffles or whatever. So it goes to somebody random.
Right.
Well, he ends up like walking in the back of the camera of this other person.
Yeah.
And so it's definitely had some sort of like rigged system where he had like a video set up where it would like, look like it switched to somebody else. It was crazy. It was really funny. He fucked the other girl up. She was freaking out.
Yeah, he's got some cool shit. It's pretty clever. He's doing some really clever stuff. So, yeah. Yeah. And as Gas Station says, now I know why Blaine is a part of the bro science. So,
yeah, we got Dark Force in there too.
Yeah, what up, Dark Force? How you doing, homie? But yeah, so this one, just this guy, freaking hilarious. I also like that we are bringing back, trolling people.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that like there's a site still where you can talk to random people because that was a thing when I was in college and everyone used it for like a month and then it became nothing but dudes beating their dicks or showing their dicks off. And everybody stopped using it except for those kind of guys. And so the fact that there is something like this that still exists.
Right, and it hasn't gone totally sideways.
Yeah. I'm very surprised.
Oh, there's one with Kermit the Frog. Those get wild. I don't know if you've seen any of those, but I'll try and stir one of those up for
next week. Next week.
Maybe I'll bring Kermit. It gets a little risque. Because this guy literally made somebody kiss a wiener. So, all right.
Yeah, well, that's not that crazy.
So, right. The real question is, how many of you, really everybody in the chat needs to know about this. I feel like Matt is probably not aware. And like how I enlightened all of you and let you know about all of the things happening with Mr. Fantasy. And Mr. Fantasy has blown up since me telling everyone that he existed.
Yeah, he was freaking Macy's Day Parade.
He was on the Macy's Day Parade. He's been on multiple TV shows at this point.
My son was just like, is that a guy or a girl? And we were just like, we're not sure because we didn't know who it was because it was just like showed him and
right.
I was like, he's wearing a wig, but his teeth are jacked up. So I think it's a dude.
Yep. And he's actually,
and we found out I was like, oh wait, I think Blaine showed us this guy.
Right.
And I was like, we figured it out.
I'm telling you, dude, this segment, I am enlightening the masses. You guys are finding about stuff before it even comes into massive culture.
That's right.
That's all I'm saying. And he's blowing up now and he's on the Macy's Day Parade. So you guys knew about Mr. Fantasy before he blew up. That's all I'm saying.
That is right.
Well, now you're about to find out about a group that they call Boy Throb.
I don't think I want to know about that one, Blaine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. But
well, like it or not, you guys need to know about Boy Throb because they are a thing and I don't think they're going anywhere.
I hope they go not here. All right, what is this?
So yeah, we'll start with them releasing that they hit 1 million followers and then we'll go from there.
Boy Throb finally has 1 million followers
on TikTok. We're officially in the process of submitting Darshan's O1 visa application. Our lawyer now says we need a couple articles of press talking about Darshan's extraordinary abilities. So, journalists, we wrote a song for you.
Listen, cause we're trying to get a writer. And you only saw the Reader's Digest. It's our humble request.
Billboard of the Taylor Lawrence. A million's reach, but we can't look away. Get Boy Throb and Kimmel or a spot on today. We will win a Grammy. Gotta get Boy Throb into town and country.
I need
Did you ever watch
to write
K-pop?
about my extraordinary abilities.
Hold on. Before I answer that question, there at the end, one more time here.
I need journalists to write about my extraordinary abilities.
Boy Throb.
I need journalists to write about my extraordinary abilities.
Which was funny because he wasn't even in the video, really.
No, he wasn't because he lives in India.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. We're about to really dig into this. And yeah, Toby. So as you see, this is not K-pop. This is something else entirely. So these guys, they were not initially called Boy Throb. I don't remember what they were called before, but basically everybody was like, "You need to change the name. We're not liking it." And they were like, "Fine. We'll let the internet choose." Terrible decision.
Great decision.
Well,
we should almost do that and rename our channel.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's either a terrible or brilliant decision, however one might want to look at it. But these guys are starting a boy band, and they wanted to reach 1 million followers because they want to get Darshan a visa to come to America because supposedly when they reach 1 million followers, Darshan can get a visa. Why that is, I do not know. But that's the claim. Darshan lives in India and is apparently part of Boythrob. These guys blew up a few weeks back, and I've been waiting. I was waiting, letting it marinate, seeing how much it was going to blow up.
Just letting it soak.
Yeah, had to let the Boythrob soak. You know, I was just letting it marinate a little bit before I let you guys know what was going on. And let me tell you, this stuff is really weird. Also, what up, Wasp? Yeah. This whole Boythrob thing is really strange. Now, you did ask a question earlier. I don't know if you remember what it was.
Did you end up watching K-Pop Demon Hunter?
I still have not seen it.
Okay, because you do know that song's from it.
Oh, is it?
Well,
the audio.
The beat.
Yes.
But
these guys keep ripping off beats from other songs and artists.
Yeah.
And then writing music for it.
Okay.
So here is Darshan.
I'm also in this boy band, but I'm in India. I'm Darshan, I'm also in this boy band, but I'm in India. And our immigration lawyer said we need 1 million followers for me to get a visa, so I can sing and dance in America.
Keep it 1 million on the gram, bring the top, the vibes. Pledge allegiance to your band, your team, your guys. Don't care where the hell you've been, cause now you're mine. It's about to be the greatest night you've been dreaming of. The fate of Darshan's visa.
Yeah.
I think this is all fake.
So that was another reason why I was letting him marinate. I wanted to see.
Because it feels like they're just like playing this up. Like he's probably just in another room.
Right.
Being like, hey, go put on a thicker accent and we're going to pretend you're not here.
So that's not the case.
Really?
This is all entirely serious.
Huh.
These guys are for real. That is what a lot of people thought. I actually encountered a video of a girl who went to college with one of these guys and was like, this is entirely real. This guy is serious. They are really this untalented, but think that they are this talented.
Yeah, I mean, it shows.
It is. The whole thing is wild. I wanted to pull it up here. So they went viral for performing in a nursing home.
We just had our debut gig. Zach's uncle had some connections to a venue in LA, so he pulled some strings.
A venue in LA.
And got us booked. It wasn't the biggest venue in town, but we're grateful for any stage time. And because our fourth boy band member Darshan is stuck in India, he Skyped in to perform with us.
And since we're getting pretty famous online, we played some of our greatest hits. So we can work in LA. You should go and love yourself.
So you guys get the point.
I appreciate their enthusiasm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm glad we have the internet.
Yeah.
Because this is ridiculous.
It's wild. And my Dixie wants to know what the empty chair thinks.
That's a good point. Empty chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We needed to ask the empty chair because if we asked Chris, he would probably love this. So we needed a sound mind.
Yeah. We needed somebody that was really like seated and like what they're talking about.
Come on. Seated. Yeah.
I'll be here all night.
Yep. Now, thanks for that, Matt. So yeah, this is happening. It's real weird. This feels like one of those scenarios, you know, you remember like the pineapple pin guy. I have a pin, I have an apple pin. That
I tend to ignore all of these kind of like meme video lord people where they just like are stupid.
Right.
And they get famous because it's just some sort of stupid like shtick.
Right.
I glaze over those really hard.
Okay. Yeah, this is happening, and it's weird, and it's supposedly serious. So we'll see how this pans out. But as we've seen with what the internet does, there's a good chance that these guys will literally end up extraordinarily famous, even though what they are doing is it's not great. It's not that good. So
I mean, I guess that's the reason they're famous though, because it's like, haha, look at these guys. They're so freaking awkward. I can't look away.
Right. Right, because it is one of those situations. So yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about Boy Throb if they come up again. My guess is they're probably going to end up on like daytime television or something at this rate, because the internet is so weird. It's kind of, yeah, like my wife said, it's kind of like those young boys that were like reviewing food that were like
pizza.
Yeah,
it wasn't specifically pizza that they were like
right.
Only like cheese pizza with like jack shit on it. Like,
Right. And Gas Station Burrito wants to know what you're glazing over really hard, Matt.
I'm glazing all the time, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just hard
It's
and
how I
glazing
live
all
life.
the time. Right, exactly. And I see you, Sean, in here bringing up my candle salad. We don't talk about candle salads around here. That was just a manly banana. I'm just a man that ate a banana, you know? You don't got to make it gay. Don't got to make it weird. You know what I'm saying? Just a banana. That's all it was. You know? Just a banana. Yeah. Yep. So I am curious to see. We'll keep an eye on all of this, but now you guys know all of the things happening in culture. And there are a lot of them. And I kind of hate it because there's a lot happening. Chris is not going to be in the know whenever he decides to show us his lovely face again. He's clearly at home, as we said, hanging out with his kitty cat.
Yeah, he didn't even like jump on to like apologize or watch the stream or anything.
He's not even in the stream.
No, he was just like, oh, I forgot.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you got everything at home.
He said, whoops. All right, Chris. Well, I was more excited about your spicy take on this than anybody's, because you can be, well, actually you and Matt can both be wild cards, but I wasn't 100% sure. Actually, I'm still not 100% sure, and I said it I about said to Wasp, but it wasn't to Wasp. It was for the users, saying that I'm still not sure where Matt was going to sit with this, but I know where his wife sat, and we will tell you guys about her opinions as well.
Yeah, we'll fill you guys in. I don't think she's reviewed it yet.
Yep, that's right. So I think that it is time to go ahead and talk about some of the things happening in the news. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, let's news it up.
Like a good idea? All right, got those headsets off, and my head is getting to rest. So, yes, once again, hello to everybody in the chat, all the lurkers, the lingers, everybody hanging out and just chilling in here. What's going on if we haven't said hey already? And we are going to go ahead and move into the news, because there are things happening in the news quite a bit. And actually, what I want to cover is something that a lot of y'all probably haven't seen or heard anyone talk about yet, because this news literally dropped right before I came over here to do this show.
Really?
So yes,
Ooh,
it is
what do we got?
spanking new news, and it is that it is looking like we are getting a new Men in Black film. A new Men in Black is in the works.
Dude,
I know.
Last one was...
I didn't even watch it.
I saw like the trailer for it, and the trailer looked so bad. It was just like Crims Hemsworth and...
Yeah. What's her
Valkyrie? I don't remember her name.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, cool. They're back together doing like a buddy cop thing. And it seemed just very unfunny and not a good movie. And then the reviews started coming out, and everyone was like, this movie sucked.
Right.
And I was just like, well, yeah, they're not Will Smith and
Tommy Lee Jones.
I mean,
exactly.
Why wouldn't they suck?
Exactly. So I'm curious to see what shakes out with this. But this news is hot off the press today. It has just happened. So this is new news, and it says that new Men in Black film is in the works from Bad Boys for Life scribe Chris Bremner. So now, this is the thing. As we know, reboots, sequels, all of those things are all the rage. They seem to not stop doing them. As Wasp said, a bunch of meh faces. Because, yeah, I think that tends to be the initial reaction with all of these type of things, where it's like, hey, did you miss the part where we said that this was going to be Men in Black 5? The 5th one in the franchise. Like, do we need 5 Men in Blacks?
Honestly, I'd more be like, just reboot this bitch, you know?
Right.
Because it's been, and I don't like reboots necessarily.
Right.
But having a 3.5-year-old, there is something magical about being like, hey, here's a new movie that you can come up with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd rather that than a 5th movie.
Right. Unless they bring back Tommy and Will. Then maybe. Big maybe.
Maybe. I'm so tired of seeing these old actors like coming back to these roles, and they're just tired old people.
Well, and the problem is almost
just like, I don't want that.
Exactly. And almost every time they do it, they end up shitting all over those characters and making you
Dude, that's the worst part. Yeah. And then they play this old man, like, and there's a new and up and coming replacement that's normally a woman. And it's just like, okay, you guys it's fine if you do it once. You know, you do something else for another movie. But instead, all these franchises keep doing it, and it's the same formula over and over again.
Yep.
And I'm like, y'all need to do something different because everybody knows what you're doing, and you're just making poor piss-ass movies.
Right. So now the interesting thing here to note is, so what it says is that sources tell Deadline that while no talent is attached yet for Bad Boys for Life writer Chris Bremner, is on board to pin the next installment of the sci-fi comedy franchise. So that's the thing, is he's on board. This is the thing. I think a lot of this type of news quite often is literally you're just watching a fishing line. You know, they're just sticking that thing out there and they're like, what do people think about this? You know, do they like this news?
Yeah.
Are they okay with it? And then they go from there, because clearly he hasn't even written it yet.
Right. It's like he's on board, wink, wink.
Right.
He told somebody once that he would do it if it was ever presented to him.
Right.
But what we end up finding out is that he's actually never said he would do it or wanted to do it. And then they end up like 5 writers down the line being like, well, it's actually being penned by such and such, who was never even considered or mentioned until 4 other people said no.
Right. Exactly. So this is borderline rumor mill, but not exactly. Sony is not commenting on this thing, but they said the plot details are unknown. But insiders tell Deadline that the idea is once he is done with the script, the original series star Will Smith will be one of the first people to basically receive it in hopes that he will come back as Agent J. That's the rumor right now. So we will see. It sounds like there's not even a first draft yet. So if you hear or see this news, just know it's not written in stone, and it's not even necessarily happening yet.
I mean, the only thing I could think of that would be like, okay, would be if it's Will Smith, but it's kind of like in the first movie,
right,
where he's just old and tired, and he's just like
ready to retire,
I guess. But then again, it's like we were just talking about. That's the trope they keep doing. You know?
Right.
So it's like, do we really want that? Is that not what I was just saying we don't want?
Right.
I don't know.
And so an interesting thing that was brought up here by Toby was wondering if they have to keep movies alive and if they have to hold the rights, basically.
Yeah.
So quite often this can be the case, and they do end up having to leave rights if they don't do anything with these properties. It's why sometimes you'll see weird little things come out, or like a, you know, even something like an animated show or whatever connected to something. They do things like that. That can be the case, but also that's not always the deal. So, and I don't even know, it all just depends on whatever is kind of on paper, where it's like in how the rights were written up to begin with. So who knows? It all really just depends on a lot of factors, and it depends on the studio and all of that. So I'm curious what will happen, and that's the thing, is it would make sense if they have to keep the rights, and it might be why sometimes these studios do weird things like this. But at the same time, it's like, well, if you're going to go to these lengths, then how about you don't hire buffoons who don't care about the franchise and don't care about the characters? How about that?
Yeah, because I mean, they could bring the franchise back to life if they tried to just keep it smaller. And that was the problem with the 4th movie in the franchise.
Right.
They didn't do that. They brought in these new characters, and they were like, it has to be this huge intergalactic like thing, and they're like balled out on CGI and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, did you not watch the first movie?
That first
movie, why it was so good?
It's tight and simple and uncomplicated, and like, just, it's not a long movie. It's
lots of practical effects.
Exactly. Like, and they kind of, I mean, the other films weren't 2 and I think 3, if I remember right, were good. There was the one with the young Tommy Lee Jones that was played by oh god, what's his face that played Thanos? I'm having a brain fart. Josh Brolin. He played a young Tommy Lee Jones in one of them. So I guess that had to be 3, because 4 is the bad one.
I was about to say, I think that's 3. I remember I really liked 2. I liked 2. And I don't really remember 3 that much.
Right.
But I don't think I ever disliked any of them.
Right.
So
yeah, no, outside of 4, which nobody really even saw, and everybody just said was trash. So it's kind of one of those things. But yeah, so that is
that's some news.
Yeah, that is some news. We will see what happens to it. But just know, if you hear anybody talking about a new Men in Black film, just know that it is is borderline like a vaporware kind of thing. Like, it's not really necessarily happening. They might be just totally fishing this entire thing to see how people respond to it and react to it, and we might not even, this might not ever see the light of day, and it might.
There's so many like of that. They'll be like, oh, we interviewed Keanu about
Right.
X movie, and he was like, I would love to if they'd ever put a script in front of me. And those are just fishing.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally all it is. I'm like, did you actually even talk to Keanu?
Right.
You know, or are you just fishing?
Right, seeing what we'll say or
see what happened.
Right, or maybe you had a conversation with Keanu, but like he didn't say he was on board. He was just like, if people are interested, maybe I'll do it, and that was the extent of it. So, and that could be the thing here, which is interesting because it does lead me into our next story, which is also kind of a similar situation here. Now, the news here is that Peacock solves the mystery with new Clue series from Dana Fox and Nicholas Stoller. Now, Matt, did you know that they were making a Clue television series?
I think I'd heard something about this back when it was kind of like in that very early stages of we might be doing this kind of deal.
Right. And so the interesting thing is I didn't know about the TV series. When I mentioned earlier that it kind of connects to what we were talking about before, they were talking about another Clue, but it wasn't a TV series. It was a movie, and it was being done by Ryan Reynolds.
Oh.
And actually, I was curious and started to dig more up and then saw that at the end of this article, they actually talk about it. So they were planning on doing because they talk about if Clue had been adapted, because we got, everybody knows Clue is a board game, very famous, been around for a long time. Tim Curry did a movie with Christopher Lloyd and a lot of folks way back in the day. It's a classic. And then at one point in time, Gore Verbinski, that did like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, was going to be doing a remake, and that fell apart. And didn't end up happening.
Yeah.
Then what happened is that Ryan Reynolds was going to do it, and it was going to be an R-rated Clue movie, and it was going to be written by the Deadpool writers, and apparently Jason Bateman was attached to direct and like co-star with Ryan Reynolds.
Really?
It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it's really funny because with it being Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman, connected to all rumors, that's potentially two of the biggest assholes in Hollywood working on the same project together. So that, of course would have gone smoothly. But yeah, so that's what was going to happen. And then Bateman dropped out, and this thing apparently just fully fell apart. And then Muppets director James Bobbin was later in talks to do it, and nothing came out of that. So now, all of a sudden, we have a Clue TV series happening. Now, I think it kind of works better as a TV series. That could be cool.
I don't know. I'm so
Or is that
tired
too
of
long,
I
right?
think it's too long. And honestly, I'm really tired of them being like, this stuff needs to be TV shows. Like, so many of these TV shows could have been a movie, and we would have been much better off, I think, personally. Because they have to spend more money on these shows, and they're not making as much returns, I would think.
Right. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, this whole situation is kind of wild. Sorry. And I got a little distracted here because I've seen some of you guys pop into the chat, and I just need to call attention to Captain Meatstick, who's in here, one of our very first Criticless users, and a friend of not only the show, but of ours. Good buddy. What's going on, homie? Send me a text telling me that I'm a piece of trash and a terrible friend and that I need to call you because I'm a sucky friend. So we need to chat. What's up, buddy? But yeah, and I also saw that before we get too far off of the MIB topic, Wasp did comment on that with a $20 or what? $19.99. Wasp, thanks very much. Appreciate it. And you've changed your image. It took a minute to spot you. So Wasp says the first MIB was the only good one. Chris, what is the fourth book up in the open locker behind you? Or you mean Matt? Yeah, Matt. What's the fourth book up in the open locker behind you? Blaine, no more candle salads. Don't talk about the candle salads.
Talking about Dune. This one's Dune.
Yep, that was Dune. Here, hold on.
Horror series. Eye of the World.
Eye of the World is from
Potter,
time.
Dune, Red Rising, Hobbit, and a Lee Child book.
Yep.
Gone. What's that one? Gone.
The fourth
tomorrow.
is Dune, but the real one you need to read, and we've gotten a lot of Criticless people on, is right there that Matt's pointing at.
Red Rising, you fools.
Do it.
Do it.
If you read Red Rising, one of the best book series of all time. Matt's read it multiple times. It's both of our one of our favorite book series.
Yeah, and if you don't want to read it, Spotify has a dramatized audiobook that's fantastic. It's got like battle sounds and different voice actors. It's fantastic. And honestly, so there's 5 books currently. No, 6 books, and they're making a 7th.
Yeah.
Is in the progress. But the first 3 are perfect.
Yep.
10 for 10 every book. Yep. And then the second 3, they're a bit tougher and not necessary, but they're still really good.
They are still very good. So yeah, amazing series. We've got multiple people in Criticless reading them. There is a book group in Criticless. If you have not joined it, join the book readers group. I don't remember the name of it. Matt, do you? You're white.
I know. I'm slipping because I can't remember the name.
Piece of shit.
I'm the worst.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google it.
It's your Google. How are you gonna Google it? No, you're gonna Criticless it, man. You can't Google
Criticless in it.
You Google a Criticless. So anyway, yeah. So thanks for the Super Wasp. Really appreciate it. And don't bring up those candle cells. I told you it was just a manly man eating a banana. That's all that happened. Nothing more, nothing less. Just a regular old banana in a salad.
It's just called Book Club, by the way.
Club.
Space between the two. But yeah, it's great. People just like to go in there and talk about books they're reading and have nice discussions about books.
Yep. They do that. So yeah, but back to the whole this whole Clue thing.
Yes,
it's supposedly a show, and it is looking like Peacock is where this is going to happen. They're saying that it's going to be an hour-long project, so like hour-long, I guess, episodes. And that supposedly it is being produced by Dana Fox, who did Wicked for Good, Cruella, and The Lost City. Cruella and The Lost City are both good. Wicked for Good, haven't seen it, don't care.
Oh, man, you're talking about a load of Disney.
I know.
Right there.
Well, not Lost City.
Isn't that?
The Lost City is the one with Daniel Radcliffe and nobody saw.
I was about to say, I'm just not ringing bells. I thought it was that Disney movie.
No, it was no. The Lost City is really cool. It's Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock and Daniel Radcliffe and Brad Pitt, and it's super funny, actually really good, and it's kind of just ripping on rom-coms.
Honestly, with not Brad Pitt. You say Bradley Cooper?
Not Bradley Cooper. It's Channing Tatum.
Okay.
Channing Tatum.
I like Channing Tatum.
Yeah, Channing Tatum's funny. So yeah, it's actually The Lost City was good. So she did that as well, and she just produced them. She didn't direct them, but it's the director Nicholas Stoller who did The Muppets, Goosebump, and You're Cordially Invited. The Muppets and Goosebumps are good. I don't know about Cordially Invited, but that's apparently what is happening. They are basically comparing this to other things happening over on Peacock and saying that it would be in good company, but they compare it to the show Poker Face. If you ever see that on Peacock, don't watch it. It's dog shit, and all the critics say it's good. It's by Rian Johnson, who ruined Star Wars, and the show is shit.
I refuse to watch anything he's ever done.
That's kind of where I am too, because those Knives Out movies, they're fine, mid at best.
Yeah, there's like a new one coming out next week. I think.
Don't care. Something Wake Up Dead Man.
Yeah.
Don't care. Don't want to see it. I think he has gone off the political cliff, and Poker Face showed that. Considering that in that show there is a racist dog that listens to right-wing radio. If that tells you.
Dogs do listen to right-wing radio.
They call him the Nazi dog, and he listens to right-wing radio. So if that tells you anything about where Rian Johnson is in his headspace. So that dude, so they were trying to compare that. I'm like, please don't compare it to that. No comparison. Let's keep Clue far away from that trash. So that's what's going on. This show is looking like it's going to be a happening on Peacock, hour-long show. And basically they're just saying, that there's not a lot more info outside of that, but it sounds like it's legitimately happening on Peacock. So this could be cool. I will check it out. Are you interested, Matt?
Not really.
No.
I don't know. I honestly never saw the original Clue until last year, I think. I really like the original, but that's because of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
They did such a good job.
Oh, yeah.
Tim Curry, just that last bit where he's reenacting the entire movie is fantastic.
Right.
And I can't think of anybody. I don't know. Maybe if the casting is fantastic.
Right. Because that's the thing.
Maybe I'd watch it, but honestly, not fully interested.
Even with it being a show and the casting, now they could go two routes, right? For a Clue show, it could be an anthology show, and you could literally go the route of having multiple legit celebrities on every season because people die, they only last a few episodes, whatever, or somebody dies, I guess.
Well, it'd honestly be fun for a season-wise is each season's a murder, but it takes place at the same set.
Right.
And so it's they all get invited.
Mm-hmm.
It's a yearly thing. And it can play out differently every single time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you don't know who it's going to be or what the reasoning is. So it's the same set, but the script is completely different.
Right.
With cast and all.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think so. In that anthology style, that could be really cool. We'll see where it goes. And I'm interested, very intrigued. I think it'd be cool, but man, I don't know. Peacock, they can be hit or miss. They can put out great stuff or so-so stuff.
Yeah.
So, but they've been doing some decent things. I like the property of Clue. It's a fun franchise, and I'm guessing they probably still would go more kind of the R-rated thing, kind of like what Ryan Reynolds was planning on doing. I don't see it being a PG show.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be PG necessarily. Right. I think being PG-13 and up would be a smart way to go about it. So then you could get the teenagers in on
it. A younger audience. Yeah. I'm really interested. I'm curious to see. what shakes out of this. But like I said, this could be one of those as well. It sounds like it's not fully underway, but typically when they announce a studio, that means it's probably happening.
Yeah.
But we will see. Now, I wanted to bring up one last thing. I've actually talked about it slightly elsewhere, but I wanted to get your thoughts, Matt, on this because I know that you are a fan, and I wanted to hear the chat's thoughts as well on this. But the news is that it is sounding like Scarlett Johansson is going to be in the next Batman film.
Okay.
So with this info, and this is a G&G article here, I've been trying to share more of their stuff when I can. But yeah, is that it is sounding like Scarlett Johansson is in talks to appear in the Batman Part 2, possibly as a love interest or a villain or both.
Huh. Okay. So who would she be?
Right.
If she's a villain / love interest of Batman,
right?
What we're talking? We're talking not Black Cat.
No,
Catwoman's
we've already got a Catwoman.
Already Catwoman.
A lot of there were
Poison Ivy. She's not a redhead.
Right. Poison Ivy could work, which, well, you can always...
Yeah, you can dye it or just pretend she's...
Right.
Poison Ivy's not the only redhead in the DC universe.
Now, my first guess was Vicky Vale. Now, Vicky Vale tends to be... Now, that's not a bad guy, not a villain, but it is a love interest. She's the news reporter that Bruce has fallen in love with in the past and whatever.
Okay.
And
deep cut there, I feel.
Kind of. Like, she is a bigger Batman character, but, like... It depends. She's been in some of the movies, but not all of them. She could work in this role. I could see her playing kind of a news reporter type of a character. I could also absolutely see her playing Poison Ivy. Those were the two places where my mind went.
Yeah. Do you think, just throwing this out there, because they did hint at the Joker, Harley Quinn? She's blonde. She could fit the Harley Quinn role.
That did not cross my mind in the slightest.
I was just thinking because it seemed like they're queuing up the Joker as a potential.
Right.
I don't hate it. I could see her pulling it off.
Harley and then totally redoing Harley. That would be wild. That'd be crazy. I haven't heard anybody bring that one up. That would be wild. Now, the one that a lot of people are bringing up is like the Phantasm. Have you ever heard of that? It was a Batman animated series movie actually that they came out with.
Yeah, I remember the cover because I always thought the cover was really cool. I don't think I've ever actually seen it.
I never saw it either. People talk really highly about it. They love it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I never saw it, but a lot of people are wondering if she is that character. Like I said, I don't know enough about it. Can't really discuss about it.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't know. I didn't know it was a female character. I didn't know much about that character.
Mask of the Phantasm is the name of it. Yeah.
Okay.
So and I from what I gather, that is a a female character, which I didn't realize. So
yeah, and that's the thing is like the move between the Penguin and the Batman is a very grounded version.
Right.
And because my first thought was the daughter of I can't remember his name, but he does magic, and his whole thing is that he's trying to get into like the power of the underworld or something like that.
Right.
And I can't remember his name, but his daughter, she's a
Zatanna.
black hair.
Zatanna. Yeah.
But
that would
be that could be an interesting because isn't that a love interest?
The Batman though is the thing. This is the Batman. It is like a more grounded world.
Well, and that's what I was saying. That's kind of what I was setting that up with. Is I don't know if they would go that route with it.
Right.
But they could.
Right.
Just because it's been grounded so far does not mean it needs to stay grounded. I'm still expecting a freaking Man-Bat to show up. Because talking about an underrated like villain that hasn't been in anything yet.
Right.
Come on, let's bring in some Man-Bat. What's wrong with everybody?
Have Scarlett Johansson be Man-Bat. That's the thing that we need. Scarlett Johansson.
Man-Bat.
Whoa, Man-Bat. Yeah. That I don't see that happening in this Batman universe. But
why not?
I do. I love the Batman. I don't care. People throw shade.
Dude, me too. I love that.
I love it. I've seen it multiple times. I think it's a great movie. Epic Mike hates it, but he's a turd. So whatever, that's how it goes. Epic Mike, I think the Batman rocks. So there, buddy. But yeah, well, and it's, him and I haven't, it's all right. He can hate the Batman and I will dislike Sinners. And we can just both, because he is very passionate.
There you go. You guys can just go toe to toe with his dislikes.
Yeah. Well, the problem is that Mike, you can't go toe to toe with Mike because he really, he likes loud noises, and that's how you argue with Mike.
You just have to be louder than him.
Yeah, you just have to be.
You just get on your mic, get a megaphone.
Right,
so
exactly.
Sure you can be a little louder.
Exactly. I'll bring a megaphone. So yeah, this is some news though that's happening. I don't know. I'm not against her being in it. I think she's a totally fine actress, and she's been in the industry for a long time. I think she's reached that point. Like, she's obviously not the it girl anymore. She's kind of getting replaced as that. She's getting older.
Yeah, I mean, look at her, because her last big role was Jurassic World,
the new
whatever, and I didn't see it because it sounded terrible, and then all the reviews are like, this movie is not good.
Right.
This is a bad movie. I think it's at least only like a decent on Criticless, because most people are like, this is not a good movie.
Right.
And they don't necessarily blame her, but if you're the lead in a movie, it kind of falls on your shoulders to a degree.
Right. Right. It did make a ton of money though, as the Golden Age, but yeah, it made a chuckle.
Sure did.
And people like her. So, I mean, I'm game for her being in it. I'm interested to see where she goes from here on, especially now that she's done with the MCU and that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
we'll see. Time will tell. But I do find it to be definitely interesting in, a little bit of info here. And I am excited about the Batman. They're definitely taking way too long to get that movie out, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But
the fact that they're just now being like, yeah, she might be in it. No, they should be like, this movie's coming out in the next summer.
Right.
Because the Batman came out in 2023, right? Or was it 2024?
That's a good question. I'd have to.
Because, I mean, the Penguin just came out this year. I'm pretty sure it came out in 2023. They're taking way too long.
It's a long time. 2022. 2022.
It's even worse.
I know.
We're 3 years in.
And they haven't even started filming yet.
That's going to be at least 2 to 3 more years. What
right.
the hell are they doing?
I know. So, yeah, it's going to be a while either way before we see Batman. It has not even started filming. They're just now casting rumors. So there's that. And also the DC universe and everything surrounding it is in serious flux right now.
Dude, that's probably really the problem, is that they knew Warner Brothers was being sold off again.
Right.
And that they were like, well, we can't start this movie until Netflix buys it or Saudi Arabia buys it. Whoever is going to buy it, buys it.
Right. Exactly. So we'll see what shakes out of all that. Also, Corn Pop, I have no idea what Ninja Warrior Squirrels is, but I'm curious for sure.
I'd watch a movie about that.
Yeah. I would check that out for sure. So, yeah, that I think is going to be it, guys, for the news.
All right.
What we really need to do is move into the main event. We need to really just go ahead and get trucking into our review for today. And guys, this is going to be spoiler free to start with, especially. We'll try and talk spoiler free as long as we can, to whatever degree that we can, because I realize that a lot of y'all have not seen this. And I know, like, for example, Cole Hauser, I don't know if he's still in the chat. He was excited about us talking about this. The people that have seen this film tend to be extraordinarily excited about it and very passionate about this movie. One reason being that they know that nobody's seen it, and it's this scrappy, low budget film. Just all of that. We'll get into it in a minute. But so what I need to do, I guess, is just, I was warning y'all, this is going to be spoiler free for a while, so you don't have to bail, you don't have to get out, anything like that. And we're going to go ahead and roll the thing. There you go. Kicking things off with the hubby ladies, as we do. And I'll go ahead and put the spoiler-free tag up here for the people that, end up stumbling in or whatever. And as usual, once again, hello to all the lurkers, the lingerers, all of you in the chat. Thank you for being as active as you are. We love it. And thank you for being here. And also, make sure to do that. Like and subscribe. I am have you in here, Corn Pop. I know I see you on Bro Science and other places around the interwebs as we do. And really, really glad you joined up, dude. What's up? And yeah, I'm excited to talk about this movie. I pushed for it last week, and I really want to talk about more Carnahan movies because I feel like he doesn't get enough love. And after we ended up talking about A-Team last week, it felt like this movie was just kind of a necessity. This review needed to happen. More people on the interwebs need to be reviewing it. We need more reviews in Criticless. Now, with mine, well, actually, mine's been dropped, but with Matt and his wife, we'll at least hit 10 reviewers. But hopefully after us talking about it, more of you guys will take the risk and either rent this or buy it. I have not seen it streaming anywhere in probably the last 5+ years.
Well, that's the funny thing, because Blaine has been talking about this movie. I've now known you for 13 years.
13 years, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you told me about this movie, like, right when it came out. Yep. And you were like, you need to go watch this movie. It's like one of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear I saw it then. I don't remember it, though, and even rewatching it, so I guess I didn't.
Right.
But Blaine has been hyping this movie forever.
So long. I've been hyping this movie for very long. And I want more people to see it. And it's funny because I dropped my review, and friend of the show, Kyle Gazak and also has been on this show multiple times. His first comment was like, "Thank you for doing this. We need everyone to know about this movie." And that is the thing, is that it just has such a passionate cult following.
Yeah.
Is that the handful of people who have seen this movie are like, everyone needs to watch it. And so if you don't know what we're talking about, I'll bring it up once more. The movie that we're talking about is Stretch. Now, I am going to go ahead and pop it up as far as the Criticless stuff, because I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the movie poster and all of that. But yes, this movie, Stretch, has been around since 2014, and we only have 8 reviews still. So, but that is likely because it is something you got to pay to rent, and that's the thing. Now, I'm regretting after seeing it again that I still didn't buy it, but I kind of want it physical. I want to own that physical copy, and I need to just buckle down and buy like the Blu-ray is what I need.
Yeah, and see, my wife like twisted my arm. I was like, "Oh, let's just rent it." She was like, "No." She's like, "I have a feeling I'm gonna watch this."
She's like, "Blaine has been talking about it obnoxiously for years.
Yeah.
We probably should buy it."
So we bought it, and Zena was like, "This is 100%."
Right.
And I don't know if she'll actually review that, but she was still passionately telling Blaine about this before the podcast.
Yep.
So she might drop 100% for this. So I know it's like mostly Most Excellence and Rads in there currently, but she's gonna drop it in as 100.
If she gives it 100, hell yeah.
There.
Yeah. And yes, that is the thing, is that more people really need to see this. I'm really glad we got Cole in here because he was excited about us talking about this. And his big thing, like he said, the cameos are great as well. That's one of the things that I brought up in my review, is that this movie has the vibe of like, hey, we're going to call all our friends. We're going to call all the homies. And they're going to show up on set for 5 minutes. You know, they might show up for 30 or maybe a day tops. And we're going to convince them to do this for free. We're not going to pay them, but we're going to make whatever they do the funnest thing ever. And we're going to say, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You can be as weird as you want. But what do you want to do in this movie? How would you like to be perceived in this movie? You can even play yourself. And that is really what happens in this film. Just to kind of set up the stage for what it is. So, like I said, Stretch came out in 2014. It's a brisk hour and a half, super short. The overview of it is a hard luck limo driver struggling to go straight and pay off debt to his bookie, takes on a job with a crazed passenger whose sought-after ledger implicates some seriously dangerous criminals. As I mentioned, this is directed by Joe Carnahan. This is the guy who did Smoking Aces, Chop Shop, Bad Boys for Life. He did Boss Level. He did The Gray. I own The Gray. Have never seen it for some reason, even though I own it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it because I thought it seemed like generic.
Right.
But now I'm gonna like go watch
just because it's one of his movies.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. The reason I owned it, literally someone that I knew back in like college, at least, I think, because of back when this came out, it was probably around that time, 2012, so a little bit after. But either way, literally he gave it to me. He was like, I bought this on a whim. I wasn't super crazy about it. You can have it. I know you love movies. I took it, never ended up watching it. But this dude has done a lot of movies that people are really passionate about, and especially the biggest of which being this one that we're doing and Smoking Aces, and then even the A-Team. So Joe Carnahan, not only did he direct this, he wrote it, and all those movies that I've mentioned, he wrote with a team as well along with this one. Now, the interesting things about Stretch that I just want to go ahead and break down and tell everybody about is just the lore surrounding this movie that a lot of people don't realize, and why a lot of people have probably never heard of it. So the thing is that this movie just got dumped onto the internet. That is not a joke. This was before streaming was taken off like crazy as well. It was literally like Netflix was not huge. Like I said, this was 2014.
Yeah.
So it was chugging along, but it was not fully there yet. And not what it is now, at least.
They weren't producing their own stuff at that point, I don't think.
Maybe
just a couple
not
things,
much.
but they were not. They were still the place to go watch.
This wasn't where we saw like feature films drop on streaming. Was the thing at this point. And so this movie gets made. They made it for a whopping $5 million, which in Hollywood speak is pennies. They made this movie for nothing. This movie was made for $5 million. Actually, reports are actually under $5 million. They make it. It's made through Blumhouse. as you know, Blumhouse, or as some of you know, Blumhouse typically does like horror movies.
Yeah.
They're connected to a lot of horror stuff. Jason Blum was just getting rolling at this point, and Blumhouse was not remotely as big as it is now, but they knew that the Blumhouse was known for making basically what they call like micro budget films.
Yeah.
Which is what this technically is as well. So they make this, and they go and they look for another distributor. They do end up, I can't remember who, someone is looking like they're going to sign up as the actual official distributor, like Paramount or somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to put it out into theaters. All of a sudden, the distributor they have, cold feet, movie's not coming out. And then they're like, well, shit, what do we do with this movie? And they're like, we're just going to not even market it at all, and we're going to dump it out on video on demand. We're gonna let people rent it digitally when people weren't even doing that a ton yet.
But you know what the craziest part is? Most of the videos that come out on video demand are like a fifth sequel of a terrible series.
Right,
Not
exactly.
just like
especially
movie.
at that time.
Yeah.
Like not from a praised director who had done other things, who was fairly well known.
With a stacked cast of full of like, even the main people are famous, but all the cameos, like you're saying, like it's crazy that they dumped this into a video demand back then.
Right. Yeah, it was an odd move. And so I guess they were feeling like it was their only option. Now, clearly physical copies exist now, so maybe they made some back then. There is a Blu-ray version of this as well. Now, there's not like an HD Blu-ray version, but there is that. So, yeah, the whole situation surrounding this is a really weird one. And the fact that they literally did not market it. When I say they didn't market it, like they didn't. Like there was no marketing budget. They didn't do shit with it.
My marketing was Glenn going, you should watch this movie.
Me walking around telling everybody like, you don't understand. And I think that that's what happened. Like if you look at this on Rotten Tomatoes, even from back then, I think it has like 8 or 12 or something reviews.
Yeah, and they're mostly positive. I think it's in the 60s or something like that. Because I was looking at it this morning because I was like, how is this? Because we normally, we're doing critically hated, audience loved, or vice versa.
Right.
And I was like, where does this lay? I just assumed the critics might hate this one. But like everyone likes it.
Right. It's universally loved and still no one saw it.
Yeah.
Like even the power of the critics back then could not push people to see this. Now, back in this time, I listened to a lot of podcasts and stuff. I think that's how I stumbled into it. I listened to some podcasts where somebody was like, hey, there's this movie. It's crazy. It's got all these famous people in it. You should see it. Yeah. Now, like we said, we are going to tiptoe around what we can as far as the spoiler free. Right. And then we will just let y'all decide from there. This is one of those things, this movie, I will say this, and I don't know if Matt agrees from not seeing it. And he's probably going to be the better judge of spoilers and stuff, being that he knew nothing about this and likely had not seen it before now. I'll let you kind of be the judge of some of that as well. But we mentioned there's a lot of cameos, but the weird thing is that I won't say who in the spoiler free section, but there is an actor, a very, very famous actor that is like a co-lead in this film that was not even credited. I don't know if you knew this, Matt, but the individual that I'm talking about, who's very famous, who's the secondary character in this movie, was not billed as being in this movie. No one knew nothing.
The reason I knew that is because you tell me that all the time.
Okay. Right. Okay. That would be a reason. That would be a reason.
If you had never told me that, but you tell me that every time we talk about this movie.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't have known that because that's crazy.
Right.
In fact, it's a crazy fact if you've seen the movie.
Well, exactly.
And when we start talking about it and disappoint
and how famous this person is. Now, it's not going to ruin the movie.
And it's not really a spoiler, but it's just a nice surprise.
Right.
Because it is a core part of the story.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily think it's a spoiler, but it is nice not to know it going in.
Right. Yes, it is good not knowing going in, but once you see the person, it takes a few minutes. You'll be like, I know who that is, and then you'll figure it out. But it really kind of messed up the marketing because if this very famous person was known as being in this movie, I think it would have done a whole lot better. And the whole scenario is really weird. And we'll talk about it more later. But as Cole Hauser brought up, like, not only is this an action movie, he said it was in one of his top 10 comedies. It's because this movie is funny as shit.
Yeah, because they don't hold back.
No.
And there were several times where I was cackling in this movie.
Right.
And Xena was just like dying also.
Oh, yeah. There's some. This movie is super irreverent. This is, like we said, right at 10 years ago, this movie came out. And it was right before Hollywood went woke.
Yeah.
It was before people started getting canceled. There is crazy shit done and said in this movie that you do not see anymore.
Oh yeah, one of the things was like this old lady. I won't say the joke yet.
Yeah, you will.
But it was the funniest thing,
Bro. It's
it was so off the cuff and random.
yes.
And I was like, this is probably one of the funniest moments in a movie
Mm-hmm.
because it's so random and off the cuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there is some really crazy stuff that happens in this movie that just wouldn't happen now. I mentioned it in my review, but they say the F word that nobody says anymore, and we're not talking about fuck, and they say
Yeah.
it in its entirety.
Oh,
and you're
they go
like,
full double G on that.
say it with your whole throat. Like,
Yeah.
it is wild.
And it was funny.
Right,
And that's
it's
the
hilarious.
thing is the comedy of the early 2000s was really funny. I feel like this is one of the last movies, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we can't push this movie. This isn't part of the zeitgeist of the mid 20-teens, but like,
Right.
I don't know. It's fucking funny.
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely hilarious. And it is wall-to-wall humor. There is action in this movie as well. And that's the thing is it is billed as like a thriller action adventure comedy.
Yeah.
I would almost say it's a comedy first and well tied for action adventure maybe.
Yeah.
It is like if you smashed together Crank and The Hangover.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Is that a
Yeah.
pretty good comparison?
Yeah. Mix in the transporter.
Yeah, and the transporter a little bit.
Little sprinkle of transporter
Yeah,
in
but
there.
not like remotely as bad as the transporter because that movie.
Well, the first transporter is a good movie. It's a lot of fun.
It's a movie.
The second one, he flips a car to make a bomb off the bottom with a crane.
Bro,
that one was a terrible movie.
I audibly groaned in the theater when that happened in that
That's
movie.
in the second.
Yeah, that was in the second
first one is a grounded,
you're right.
logical movie.
You're right.
The second one was bonkers.
You're right. Exactly. And yeah, there are a lot of interesting things. So as Cole's bringing up, like he's washed up. The movie starts out and he's basically this washed up limo driver. He's like, my life's pretty much was in the shitter. I got in a car accident with the love of my life, who happens to be freaking Brooklyn Decker of all people. Holy smokes, hadn't seen that lady in a long time.
I did not recognize her.
Really? Do you remember who she was? Like she was one of like one of those Sports Illustrated.
And honestly, I was like, she's not that hot.
Oh, really? Well,
in this movie, I was just like,
right.
Obviously, there's somebody hotter in this movie because Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba is in this movie. Right.
This is where Hollywood is fucked up.
Is by pushing so many ugly chicks on us?
Yeah, they've stopped it
dudes
because
and ugly.
Don't get me wrong with what's that one chick that's really famous right now? Because Sydney Sweeney.
Right.
She's
all right.
Got big boobs.
She does.
She's okay looking besides that. But Jessica Alba is just a beautiful woman.
Right.
And there's a lot of them in this area, and Hollywood's just been like, we don't want beautiful women.
No, we want ugly people, period. Just all across the board. Just give us the fuggos. So, and people are tired of it. We're going to see it change for sure. The problem is now is that we're getting a lot of these Hollywood people who are now getting like hyper anorexic and bulimic and look terrifying. Like half of the ladies that are in the new season of Stranger Things, have been in Stranger Things.
That in the cast of Wicked.
Who's people eat a damn
Skeletor 1 and Skeletor 2.
It's like, look, we know that like the whole beauty standards things are going all over the place, but we're in a weird spot right now. This does not
anorexia has never been attractive because it was really popular when we were in high school.
Right.
I don't know if it was in the 90s, but like in the early 2000s
it was.
That's when it was the thing. It was like if you could see
the
like
ribs
and like your hip points and all that stuff with the low cut jeans, it was really popular.
Mm-hmm.
And there were like these really awkward girls on like YouTube that were so painfully skinny, and that's what these girls remind me of now.
Right.
And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, y'all need some cheeseburgers.
They really do.
Y'all do realize there's good food out there.
Right.
Food out there.
Hey, there's good foot.
There's good food out there.
There's like good foot.
Hey man, at that point, maybe they need to eat some feet.
Maybe they should. They need to eat something. But yes,
Pig's feet.
Brooklyn Decker is the love of his life. Without too many spoilers, this happens in the first like 3 minutes. Basically, things go back to shit. He loses Brooklyn Decker, and his life is back on the rocks again, and that's where the movie picks up.
Yeah.
He's this limo driver, and this movie is just wild. It's wacky, it's crazy, it's over the top, and absolutely ridiculous. It is balls out as one of these high adrenaline, nonstop, like cocaine fueled films where it is just, and not to say like he's actually cleaned up and not on drugs and stuff, but there are other characters that keep the energy very high. But Patrick Wilson plays more of a straight man. He's kind of serious, and which he does an excellent job at. And then there is a slew of other characters smattering this movie, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and let y'all know our thoughts about this and kind of the rest of it. And then kind of where we sit with the spoilers on it and stuff.
Yeah.
So, Matt, obviously everybody knows I love it. You've been talking about, I've been hyping this movie up for many, many years. So after all this time.
So wait, okay.
Well, or do you want to know?
You already posted your score, but what was it? I know it was the most excellent.
Yes. I gave it a 90%.
Okay.
I am even debating on giving it higher.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I do adore this movie. I really do. I love it. I could give it a 95. The only reason it's not 100 is just because it is that like micro budget. You can tell that they made this movie on the slim, but I don't think that decreases its value much, really.
Yeah, because honestly, I could personally, I could not tell it had such a micro budget.
Right, because and that's the thing, and that is exactly something that I brought up in my review, is that this is a prime example of how Hollywood has gotten so out of pocket. They've gotten so out of control with their budgets and their spending. This shows that if you have a good writer, you have good actors, and you have a good director who knows how to make a movie on the cheap and still make it look and feel and sound good. This movie was made in a very short time period for very little money and doesn't overly feel like that. Now, like if you start talking about it, you're like, okay, I could see why X or Y, like they could have clearly like ramped up the spectacle of this film if they wanted to, right? Like this isn't the spectacle level or the editing level of something like Smoking Aces.
But that adds to a grounded level of charm.
Because this movie is very raw. It kind of like something like Crank. It feels very raw and very just kind of brutal.
Yeah.
So, but it really does, as Life on Marshmallows put, with the dialogue alone, that carries a lot of this film because it is so well written. This movie, but not just well written, and Matt can talk about it if he wants, but he let his actors do their thing. And there is a lot of phenomenal improv in this movie as well.
Yeah. So,
yes,
you're 90%, might go a little higher. My wife was at like 100. I could see her maybe being like a 98 or something if she wants to actually like nitpick something.
Right.
I'm also at 90%.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie.
Yes.
And it was funny because I finished the movie and then my wife was just like, so what did you think? Because she was gushing about the movie halfway through.
Right.
And I was just like sitting quiet. Like, I don't like to show my cards. I'm not a good poker player, but I don't like to show my cards. And I was sitting there. She kept being like, what did you think? And I started giggling. And I was like, I can't stop laughing because she kept like prodding me. Like, what did you think? Why are you laughing? Tell me what you thought.
Right.
And I was like, I just couldn't stop laughing. Make sure because of the movie, I was just thinking about things in the movie. And just her prodding me. It is absurd, but it's so charming in that level of absurdity.
Right.
And Patrick Wilson's great. I love him. Glad that he's done with the exorcism movies because I feel like he's just been stuck in the exorcism realm for way too long.
Yeah,
so I'm hoping he can do
that and the two Aquaman movies, and both of those that is not what we want him.
That's not what it's literally not what we want from him.
No, we want stuff like this.
Exactly. I want him to get back to like more grounded things. Because like in A-Team, he was great as a CIA op. He was great in this as a limo driver. Like just get back to doing like more smaller things.
Right.
But like you were saying, I think this movie is great. It's charming. It's funny. The dialogue's great. And Blaine didn't see this time.
Yeah.
But we bought the movie, and at the very end, if you watch like just a couple minutes into the credits, there's outtakes. And they're great. And they show that it seems like the majority of this movie,
right,
especially the crazy stuff, was just off the cuff, just improv from everybody involved. It wasn't just some of the main people. There were all these small bits that just you're like, oh,
that's the thing, is that talking about this film, you almost could never talk about everything in this movie in one sitting, because there are so many cameos, so many appearances, so many small roles. It is just so absolutely balls out that it's kind of difficult to talk about it all. Like literally in the first couple minutes, who is it? Sean White. I think that's his name. Sean White, the like snowboarder.
Yeah.
He shows up and
a minute.
Yes, he shows up for a minute and is being taught how to skateboard by Ed Helms from The Hangover and The Office and everything.
Yeah, followed literally seconds later by Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
And he has his Walking Dead bow.
Yeah.
And it's just this random, and this is like 20, 30 seconds.
Right.
We're talking of a cameo here.
Yeah. And it's crazy. It's like involving like a dead hooker and Norman Reedus, and he's playing himself. And the whole thing, the joke is that Norman Reedus lives hard and fast and clearly ends up with dead hookers in his hotel room.
Well, and there was like a penis because Ed Helms was just like, is that your penis?
He's like, is that a severed penis? He's like, is that a severed penis? And he's like, oh, yep, that's what that is. And he's just
dead serious. Nobody's like cracking. They're like, yep. It's a severed penis.
Right.
We're talking minutes into the movie here.
Right.
This is not a spoiler. Like,
no, it's not.
Away.
Also, speaking of penises, Schick, I see you here in the chat posting bananas. Don't bring those in here. It was a very manly man eating a very normal banana. Okay?
He's just very used to bananas.
Right. Maybe Shtick is just a fan of bananas. I mean, he does have he's got Ryan Kinnell in a Captain Marvel costume, so clearly probably a fan also of bananas. You know, but glad to see you in here. I see you everywhere else. But and I see a lot of you guys too popping up in here that I see other places. So how's it going, chat, and everybody that's in here?
Yeah.
And
thanks everybody for following Blaine around.
Yeah, yes. No, we do. We appreciate it. That's why I hop all over the places. So you can keep on top of the Criticless love and everything that's going on. Now, like I did mention, is that we haven't gotten a ton of reviews for this yet, likely because it's kind of hard to find unless you pirate it or you pay for it. That's your only options.
Honestly, this is worth paying for. I'm just saying, like, you won't be able to find it used anywhere because I was trying.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we do stuff like this, like we go to a lot of like thrift stores and stuff.
Right, you know,
they always have a DVD section, so I always rummage. And I've literally not yet found one of these, but
yeah,
this was worth the.
This is not a movie you'll see in the wild because nobody's seen it. Nobody knows it exists.
Yeah.
So it is super low key. But when you see the cast and hear everybody that's in it, and I just implore you to stay around for the spoilers if you haven't seen this, because you need to hear some of the ridiculous things that are in this movie, and it'll be fine because this movie is about the ride. I think it's about it's not about the destination. This is about the journey. But
exactly,
like you can know things, as Matt has known. I've been telling about this movie and tidbits about this movie for years.
Yeah.
So he still kind of knew what he was getting into, and it was okay. So with that being said, I did want to pull up a few of y'all's reviews here. Is that we do have reviews. We got Probably Toxic dropped one not too long ago at all, and as Matt mentioned, I give it a 90. Got my review featured here on Criticless. If you pay and are joined up on and have a Crit Club membership, which is how you support us, you can post YouTube videos attached to your reviews, which is a really cool thing to do. And a lot of people, like For the Users, pairs their reviews with music videos. So with that being said, Probably Toxic gave this a 90%. Hell yeah. And he says Stretch is weird, unhinged, but it's so funny. And I agree. It is really weird and unhinged. And that's exactly what I said in mine is super weird, low budget, high quality indie movies are passionate.
Blaine, real original.
I know. The funny thing is I literally had not seen Probably Toxic's review before I did mine. And For the Users gave it an 89%. This was her first viewing as well.
Yep.
And she absolutely loved it and said that it was a awesome recommendation of mine. So thank you for the love on that one. My Dixie, also fairly particular individual here, My Dixie, who also gave us a chat and said, what's the plan? Successfully outrunning black men over flat surfaces.
Which is tied to one of the funniest lines in the whole movie.
Dude, there is a whole segment here about white men running from black men that is just fantastic. Yep. And then also old white women running from black men. And it is just, this movie gives zero shits. Like, if you want to go back to old school Hollywood where there were directors and creators who didn't give a damn, this movie is for you. Like, if you want to see something irreverent and just zero shits, watch Stretch, please, for the love of God. Bob Rogers also gave it a 75% and said, life is nothing but timing. And that's a quote that goes on throughout the film versus timing versus, fate. You
Fate.
know, what's the thing? What's real? Is fate real or is timing real? And Life on Marshmallows also in the chat gave it a 75%, and also clearly liked this one too. This is a One Crazy Night style movie. Totally agree, it is that.
Yeah.
It takes place over one night, or technically one day and through one crazy night, and it is absolutely that. And then we get, and those were the older reviews. Felberg gave it a 62%, and Cole Hauser right here gave it 100%, said it was a great movie. Patrick Wilson is amazing, and some surprisingly dark and sleazy parts of Hollywood as well, which is really interesting. And for those that did not know, Jessica Alba is in this movie, guys. I know that tends to be a winning factor for many of you.
Well, and the funny thing is, it's just her as like a. She just is like working the radio for the limo company.
Right.
And it's not like her doing anything crazy, but she's just so endearing.
And she's not played as like the hot babe. She's actually kind of like the girl next door.
Oh no, she's got her like big thick glasses on, and I'm pretty sure she's like half cross-eyed because of the glasses.
Right.
Because they show her and she's just like, and you're like, oh, it's still cute on you. It's still cute.
Well, and there's people like her in this movie where you see him and you're like, is that Jessica Alba? Was that like there are so many cameos where you're like, is that who that is? And but then there's other cameos where you're like, holy shit, that's David Hasselhoff.
Right.
Playing David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff as David.
He's actually playing David Assholehoff, because
which is amazing.
Yes, because his role in this, another semi-spoiler here, is that David Hasselhoff is in this movie playing himself as a massive asshole, and it is absolutely hilarious. So now that you see all of those reviews in here and kind of know our upfront thoughts, we are going to get into spoilers. But guys, like I said, keep hanging out for the spoilers. It's about the journey, or about the ride, not about the journey. It's about the ride. So definitely hang in there and let us tell you about some of the insane stuff that's in Stretch. All right. So Stretch and the insane things in here. The first thing we need to talk about, and I actually put a semi-spoiler on our thumbnail, but you just see it and be like, oh, who's that? What's happening there? And that's the simple fact that Chris Pine is in this movie as a lead actor.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Arguably Chris Pine's best role ever, and no one has ever seen it, which is a wild fact. And once you see Chris Pine, or maybe don't even have any idea it's Chris Pine, you'll realize how awesome it is that he's in this movie. Matt, if you want to elaborate.
So the first time that you see Chris Pine is
part of Chris Pine.
His nuts.
Back of his nuts.
Back of his nuts in a cup. Like,
yes,
which for
a baseball.
So for dudes, it's like if you're in a sport with the baseballs and stuff like that, you have this like plastic cup that cups your nuts to protect him from fastballs. Well, anyways, he's wearing that, but like they'll fit weird, and his like nutsack is like squeezing out around it, and it's sliding down a window. So you see his ass cheeks and his nuts sliding down a window. And you don't know it's Chris Pine yet, but boom, bada bing, bada boom. Seconds later, it's fucking Chris Pine with a big beard, looking homeless as fuck.
Right. And it's amazing. So I did want to pull it up just so you guys.
Oh, you got a picture?
I do have a picture here. I wanted to bring it up. Here's the picture. I will zoom in. Well, it's of course not going to let me zoom in. But
I thought you had a picture of his nuts.
Oh, no, I do not have a picture of his nuts. It's close. This picture is close. This is what he looks like when you first encounter him. But this is Chris Pine in the film. He looks absolutely ridiculous and unrecognizable with this gigantic beard.
I think he looks ready for Burning Man.
He does look ready for Burning Man, and that is kind of how this character is played.
Yeah.
It is really wild, and I just don't even, until you see this performance, it's hard to fully even encapsulate what Chris Pine is doing in this movie, because we have never really seen him like this.
Well, except in Smoking Aces when he plays a raging, crazy Nazi skinhead. Dude.
Right. But it's still different than this. Like, it's an extreme role. He likes to play characters, but this specific character is something else. Which, it makes sense. His Smoking Aces character is wild.
Yeah.
That character's wild. And the thing is he's not been known for these ridiculous roles. They've kept them low key. Like, for the fact that he was not marketed in this movie, he was not even in the credits, and he has the second most screen time of anyone in the film. And
yeah, it's a tie between him and Ed Helms, I think, as a secondary.
Yeah, and he's in it even more than Ed Helms too. And that's the thing.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Well, and I looked it up. They said that like he definitely does have more screen time. So, but Ed Helms is in this quite a bit too, and it isn't. They didn't market it that way or anything. And Ed Helms plays a dead limo driver that Patrick Wilson hallucinates and basically talks shit to him the entire film.
That's some Fight Club shit.
It is
where he is
absolute.
And it's
Fight
not
Club.
like he knows. And it's just like Ed Helms just pops up and like narrates shit to him and is laughing at him. So there's outtakes. And some of the outtakes is just Ed Helms just laughing in Patrick Wilson's face in various situations, and it's just fantastic.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah.
And as Kyle put up, and I just pulled up his chat, but that's the thing is that the main consensus here is that Chris Pine, or at least someone connected to him, was worried that this would mess up his career, being in the middle of in the midst of all of the Star Trek stuff, and this kind of a just very opposing type of character where he shows his nuts like is gonna ruin his career, so they didn't even credit him. But the thing is he's gotten super low key now, and it's like, man. So my idea and what I brought up before the users, we were kind of having a chat in Criticless, what I said was that I believe what they should do is that Carnahan should do another very ridiculous movie like this. Give zero shits, don't care, make something over the top that would borderline get you canceled, like spend, maybe another $5 million on this thing, $10-15 million movie, not a whole lot more, basically the same amount of money now, and make something else like this. Make it over the top and ridiculous, put Chris Pine, put a lot of these people back in a movie, and then remarket this one when you do that one. Rebrand this, do a new poster, and be like, the movie no one saw. Put it back in freaking theaters.
Yeah.
Go whole hog and really lean into it. I think that would be amazing, and let the world know that, like, Chris Pine and a lot of these people put on a performance that they've never seen, and that it would blow their mind, and I think that they could, like, have some money on their hands there. Like, I think it would be a
I think so, too. And it's like, if this movie was made nowadays and actually marketed, I think it would obviously it would make its money back.
Yeah.
If it has, as long as they put like $10 million in marketing into it, it would make its money back.
Oh, probably so. Yeah, I think it really could, and I would, or even Life of Marshmallow said just make a Stretch 2, or even don't call it Stretch 2 simply because no one knows about Stretch 1.
Call it Stretched.
Call it Stretched or something, like, and that way you don't have to like be like, what is this a sequel to? Like, just make another one and make it just as over the top, just ridiculous. Bring a lot of these people back, but the fact that Chris Pine puts on one of the best performances of his life and no one has seen it is an absolute bummer, because he's so freaking funny.
Do you want to know why I took points off from this movie?
Why?
I could feel like Chris Pine was acting the whole time.
Oh my God. No way. Really?
Yeah. Well, not the whole time, but the first, like, I don't know, 30 minutes he was on the screen, I was like, I feel like Chris Pine is just pretending.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh, this feels wrong. It just feels weird. I don't know if that's my perception of Chris Pine from what I've seen him in, obviously Star Trek and stuff like that, or what, but it just felt like he was the wrong person for that role.
Right.
And now by the end of the movie, I was like, okay, I'm in it.
Right.
But it was just something about the first couple scenes about him in there. I was like, this doesn't feel right.
Right.
So, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I'm curious if anybody else feels that way. I don't feel that way. I love him in it. I get what you're saying. Sometimes that just happens where a performance, but oh man, I freaking love it. I didn't feel like he was I thought he was doing a great job. I pretty much like did not even see Chris Pine in there. The only way is when it's super up close and you see his piercing blue eyes, and then you're like, oh yeah, that's him. And actually, I was going to show it early on, and I brought it in here just for you guys, but I wanted to show. I was going to play this earlier in it. Where did it go? Oh no, did it disappear? Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I am a fire starter.
I am a fire starter.
Good.
Yes. So it's a fire starter. That scene, pretty fun one.
Yep.
It was when we were first starting to really understand the insanity of Chris Pine's character.
And that is when I was reeled in.
Yeah.
That's when I stopped
it's a very
seeing
Fight
Chris
Club
Pine
moment.
And I saw his character. And I was like, okay, now I'm in it. I love how they just, because it wasn't red. So before that scene, if you haven't seen it, there weren't red lights in there.
Right.
It was just all of a sudden
everything's red.
Red lights were just shining on him, and you can see his mania like really shining through. And you're getting this vibe that they're trying to do some sort of like, I don't know, undertone, like demonic or something, like the devil on the shoulder kind of like situation. Because that's what I think it was. I think it's like the devil on the shoulder and the angel on the shoulder kind of situation.
Yeah.
For Stretch.
Yeah, no, it really was. And well, he almost had two devils on his shoulders because he pretty much, you know, he had Ed Helms, but then he also has
well, but then he had Jessica Alba.
Being
right. The angel.
Who's right. Well, no, that's a good point. For sure.
You're trying to do your job here, try not to die.
Right, exactly. And I did want to bring up really quickly, just because I need to. We got John Ambler. He's been in here in the chat and said he finally made a Criticless account. Whoop, whoop. Thanks, brother. Glad you did that. Really appreciate it. Glad you joined on into the Cool Kids Club. This is where everybody's hanging out. Go join some groups, make some friends, drop your first review, do all that for everybody else who hasn't done it yet. And yeah, go do all of that. But glad that you have joined the Criticless family. I'll go ahead and follow you when I find you in there for sure, John. But glad to have you on Criticless, dude. You're in good company, and everybody in this chat uses it regularly. So yeah. And dude, Cole Hauser brings up there is a rapper scene in this movie that is absolutely ludicrous. Where I don't even know who that actor was. I feel like he was probably a famous actor.
I have no idea who he was,
dude.
That was fantastic.
It is back in the day. These type of individuals would have been called a wigger. Is what they called it back then.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, it was one of these white guys who was pretending to be hood. Yep. And he's like, yo, what up, dog? How you doing, man? I just dropped my new album. It's called Titties or something. And like, he's like, titties.
He was like, I was on American Idol.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Let's let me. We're gonna go 5 blocks, man. Here's some money.
Right. And it's just ridiculous. But then by the end of it, it goes very south, and they end up spray painting cock all over the limo.
Tearing up his seats off.
Oh, just an absolute shit show. And that's the thing is that like Matt mentioned, really like things are going a little sideways here and there. But once Chris Pine lights the limo on fire from the inside of the lighter, you're like, oh man.
Oh, and that's the thing. Several of these things, like if you weren't here listening to us talking about the spoilered, like you just don't know this stuff's going to happen. And then these random events happen that there's no way you could have predicted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, for example, like this scene, just is random. Like you're thinking everything's okay, getting back on track. Boom, this guy just approaches the car randomly.
Right.
This is not something
out of
we've seen
nowhere
before. This is nothing to tied with the story. It's just somebody's like, oh, look, a limo. Let me get a ride. Like
right.
This is a taxi cab.
Yeah, and it all of these scenes when they happen, they happen out of the blue, and the movie is literally just like, I'm about to inject a new character that's going to cause more chaos. And that's really what it is they just keep injecting new people to just turn over the apple cart. And actually Jeremy brought up Jeremy Allen, what's up, brother, brought up another one, is True Romance. Is this is actually in the same realm as well. That's a good one to bring up. Is this is a true romancy type of movie as well, and does feel in that kind of vein, or like a Tarantino-esque, not to the writing caliber of the type of stuff that Tarantino does, or the overly long stuff that Tarantino does, but he also wrote True Romance. This is in that realm of just absolute insanity. And No, I see you, Dixie. I'm not going to ignore your milestone message. I will bring it up. We did have my Dixie for 2 months. Thanks for the 2 months, brother. Said, surprisingly, 6% of this movie was about Christmas too. Jaws is great, and Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I know you wanted me to say that. Die Hard is a movie that has Christmas in it. Not a lot of it, but there is Christmas in it. And as he pointed out, 6%. I do not think there's 6% of Christmas in this movie. I don't think there's any percent of Christmas in this movie. But it almost does have as much Christmas in it as Die Hard does.
Yeah, except the messaging in Die Hard is about family and coming together for the holidays, which makes it a Christmas movie. It doesn't have to strictly be Santa Claus on somebody's lap.
I'm not saying that.
Make it a Santa or a Christmas movie.
I'm not saying that.
Sounds like you are. You're counting how many times Christmas is talked about.
Portrayed, yeah, 6%.
But that doesn't mean it's during it's literally like the 24th, and it's about him trying to get back to his family.
It is.
There's coming together, which is the story of Christmas.
Kind of, yes. If he hadn't fully neglected his children and stuff in this movie, there's a lot of things that they could have.
He's
a really bad dad. He's a really bad dad.
Yeah, but what about Jingle All the Way?
He's
I mean, he's a
around the
pretty
kids.
bad
He
dad.
He cares about the kids, though. Yeah, this is a very nuanced and complicated conversation. Thanks, Dixie, for that. I'm not getting into this one. So, yeah, but
I think you need to make a video.
hell no. Jesus. Like I said on Monday Hangover, I really don't care. It's not much of a Christmas movie, but if you want it to be your Christmas movie, have at it. And I watch it at Christmas too. So
I just think it's hilarious that there's two groups in Criticless for each camp, one for each camp.
yeah, they're very
That like to shit on each other.
right. Especially one of those group's leaders is here in the chat, but you can't trust an Australian who has Christmas in the summertime.
Yeah.
Oh, fools. Christmas in the summer. Come on. Get out of here. You don't know nothing about Christmas, Jeremy. But anyways, yeah. So back to Stretch. Yeah. Awesome movie. Absolutely insane. And really, it's like to dig into these. Okay. So for one, there is a competing limo service in this movie. And they allude to this mythical creature of a person who's running the other limo service. And they say that this guy has like gray, long hair. They show him from behind, all this stuff. And he's just basically like this crazy tyrant. They call him the Cossack. And he runs the opposing gangster-esque limo service. And the funny thing is that the limo services are basically run by like the Indians and the Cossacks.
Yeah. Yeah. Which makes sense.
Right. And it's just ridiculous. It's pretty funny. And this movie is not afraid in the slightest of being offensive, to say the least. But so they allude to this character. And at the very end, they show you who this person is, this mythical character who is wearing this wig and all this stuff. And Matt, did you recognize who it was?
Honestly, I thought it was Jason Statham at a glance.
It is.
It is not.
It's not.
No, I looked it up while we were sitting here.
Really?
And it is not Statham.
No way.
Oh, crap. I've moved away from it.
It's got to be Statham.
Hold on. Randy Couture.
Oh, it's Randy Couture?
Yeah, the fighter.
Really?
Yep, is Jovi.
He really looks a shocking amount.
With the wig. Because, like, Blaine didn't sell this wig enough.
Yeah.
So, and even Stretch talks about it. And it's this, like, terrible, like, you can tell it's a synthetic, like, white wig with, like, black roots. And you never see, like, his face until the end. But even then, it's, like, across the road. And he wears, like, a white cowboy hat and a white cowboy, like, suit or something. He drives this old Rolls Royce. And you're just like, how is this like the competition? Like this is like a cheesy but Stretch early in the movie is like, and I'm terrified of this guy.
Right.
But he even calls it. He's like, look at this terrible like wig.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrified of this guy. Because he also has like a cousin who has like a towing service.
Yeah.
Which is constantly trying to like tow Stretch's limo.
Right.
Any opportunity he can because he seems to be everywhere. And that guy was famous too. I can't remember where I've seen him.
He always plays kind of like
he's this big like muscle
bruiser.
meathead bruiser dude.
Yeah.
And he's in a couple things I've seen. I couldn't place him. I haven't looked him up.
He's been in a ton of stuff. Well, I say a ton. He's been in a decent amount of stuff. Like he was in the Benchwarmers back in the day, and you know Chuck. And he's one of those bit actors. It's just a big dude that plays like we said, a bruiser. So there are so many cameos though from start to finish in this that it's just hard to even name them all, and they're all very fun and funny. And he kind of let everybody do whatever they wanted, which is also fun. And really even the story in itself, as far as him escaping what's going on and all of that, is a very fun thing to watch kind of play out. And the whole thing is that it's fun because, you know, you get Chris Pine in this billionaire that's kind of gone off the deep end and is now in trouble, and he's running from the law, and he's kind of having this limo guy do all of his dirty work for him and get him in trouble. And all of it is just very exciting and fun. And like I said, with knowing that a lot of you guys haven't seen it, I won't go too much into that part of the spoilers, but I was happy with how this movie buttons up, where it goes, how it plays out throughout. I think all of it is still very well done, and it does hold up from what I remember from 10 years ago when I saw it the last time. And as we said, we do recommend either like, you know, buying, renting, whatever, or sailing the seven seas, or however you might go about it. It is worth still checking out. And as you see, the folks in the chat are also pretty passionate about this one, and it just is a really fun time that we don't get a lot of this type of thing anymore. So
we really don't. And what's unfortunate in Hollywood nowadays is that they bloat the budget for almost every fucking movie.
Right.
Like, it's crazy how many of these movies they're just like, no, I can't make this movie under $100 million for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. And well, a lot of it is because they've honestly started bringing in a lot of practices that aren't cost efficient for a lot of these films and are using tons of green screens and special effects in places where it's just not even needed at all. And it is it's good to go back to some of these films. And as we see, we do mostly older films on this channel now, and so many of them still hold up. So many of them are still really fun, and you don't need a freaking $500 million freaking Wolverine and Deadpool budget to make a movie funny and fun. This movie is a lot better than that movie, and it was made for a fraction of the cost of that film. So with that being the case, I mean, I don't understand why we aren't seeing an undercurrent in the industry of people bootstrapping more movies like this.
I will say, there was a movie I saw earlier this year, and not a lot of people saw this movie. It wasn't marketed very well, or because they didn't spend the money for it, but it's called Jimmy and Stiggs.
Oh, I remember you talking about that.
And you want to talk about a movie made on like a shoestring budget?
Yeah.
I don't remember if I said what it was in my review, but I think they made it for like less than $1 million.
Oh, wow.
And it took 4 years to film it. It's just two guys, and they filmed it in his apartment.
Right.
In LA over like multiple years.
Yeah.
And it's just this ridiculous like alien movie. It was a ride. I didn't think it was too long. They could have cut some of the story down, but it was like an alien abduction story. But like there are people
doing things. Oh,
trying
for sure.
to do things. And this was in theaters. Zena and I saw it opening day, or I think on a Friday, something like that. And there was nobody in our theater besides us. And we were only seeing it because the poster looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it was great. I mean, it was a lot of fun.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't great, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I mean, yeah, that is not to say that there isn't some of this happening. It's just not nearly enough, because there could be a lot more successful films coming out of the industry right now, and there's really just a smaller handful. And apparently, or also compared with how bad this year has been, we have seen a lot of very big budget movies be mid at best, and most of them. And that is a real problem. You know, that's the thing. Is it's like, you know, you got movies like Superman, which should have been a no-brainer and did okay-ish. But the thing is that it literally this past this past weekend, Superman was outdone by a sequel to an animated movie in its first weekend.
Yeah. Well, I think that includes because they were including the China numbers, I think.
Still, though, to make more of its entire run than Superman did, or well, Superman in its entire run, they did in a weekend.
Yeah.
That's not good. So yeah, the industry is really struggling for sure. So we will see.
Maybe we should make some more sequels. Maybe we need a couple more sequels.
I think we should
maybe have Men in Black 5.
Probably so.
You know.
Reboot a few things.
Yeah,
you know?
Why not?
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, that'll probably fix all our problems. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it.
Well, hold on.
Well, no, so you want to talk about more stretch?
Since Xena can't swing it to the hop in because my son's still awake.
Right.
I guess I'll relay this theory that she had, that she pitched to you, and she like paused the movie in the middle because she had to pitch it to me. But anyways, she's super excited about this theory, so I want to relay it to you guys. So her theory is that Chris Pine's character caused Chris Hemsworth to change how he acted as Thor, but then also in Furiosa,
right?
And do you remember the other movie she said?
She did mention another one.
There was another movie.
She mentioned Thor, Ragnarok, and that one, but I do not remember.
There was a third movie. Anyway, she was like, the way Pine acts feels like how Hemsworth turned Thor and has continued to act.
Right.
And she was very passionate about this theory. There's a whole, they were supposed to be, Chris Hemsworth was Chris Pine's character's dad in the first Star Trek movie.
Right.
And She has a theory that they're friends inside of Hollywood.
Right,
Because
but there's
Chris
no-
Hemsworth talks about Chris Pine's clothing all the time, and they're
Right.
supposed to be in a 4th Star Trek that didn't happen.
Yep.
Now again, you were about to say there's no like evidence,
Right,
to
that
support this.
they're buddies, but at the same time, it really feels, this movie feels like an inspiration for a lot of the performances that are more over the top that we've seen from Hemsworth over the years, and it's not a bad theory. So
Because I definitely think he's taken some notes from this character,
right,
at least if not this character, somebody very similar. And there's not very many other characters
like
kind of
this.
like this,
right, because
just so over the top.
yeah, as we've said, what Chris Pine is doing is very interesting in this. So yeah, but it is an interesting theory. I'm curious to see what all of y'all think about that. I can see some parallels. I don't think Hemsworth is as good of an actor as Chris Pine. And I don't think that he can do what Chris Pine is doing in this movie, but I think that it was, I could see them being some connection or some inspiration from that as well. And actually, I did just get a fiber come through again from Mr. Cole Hauser.
Hey.
Said, "From Paris with Love, John Travolta, a very underrated action movie that should have gotten a sequel." And I never saw that one. I did never see it. Did you?
I did see it, and I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Because I didn't know what to expect from John Travolta in this kind of role. He has a shaved head, and he's kind of playing like a rogue, kind of punkish, like CIA operative in Paris.
Right.
And it's about like a straight-lace CIA operative that's like getting paired with him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know how to like work with this kind of uncouth kind of operative.
Right.
It was an interesting movie. I only saw it once.
Okay.
And I actually think I own it. I think it was one of those things where I bought it when Blockbuster was going under kind of deal.
Okay.
Well, I should watch it again because I think you're right. I think that is a very underrated movie.
Well, and interestingly enough, on par, Cole, with what we do on this show. Hold your horses here, but believe it or not, it was bombed by critics.
Critics
So,
suck a dick.
yes, yeah, pretty much. I am just playing with the screens over here. But yeah, on Rotten Tomatoes, a 37% by critics and a 54% by audience. Yeesh. So critics don't like this thing. I'm not giving you my cookies, freaking Rotten Tomatoes. You can suck it. You're going to spy on me and my company. But yeah, so that is interesting. So what we will do is, Cole, we actually have a list. I have a list within Criticless, which is critic hated. A list. At one time, it was more critic hated, audience loved, but now we've pretty much pivoted to critics hated because we found that even the audience loved is a difficult thing to navigate on Rotten Tomatoes because a lot of the times the audience is really wrong as well on Rotten Tomatoes, just like the critics are, and don't align with our Criticless users. So it's pretty much pivoted mostly to critic hated. So, anyways. This one can be added to the list, so I'll add it, and there's a good chance that it could end up on this show at some point, which brings up our next question and has not been discussed or decided on, and if you guys want to play any role in it, you are welcome to, but I have no idea what the hell we are going to review next week. A lot of people are wanting folks to talk about Christmas movies. And so the question first and foremost is, should we do a Christmas movie? I mean, Matt, do you think, should we do a critic hated Christmas movie?
Are there any?
And now, for example, we break these rules every once in a while because like this specific movie was not technically hated by critics, but only like 10 of them saw it. So right. There's that. Not many of them saw it, so we can't really even classify this under that. But is there a critic-hated Christmas movie that everybody thinks is worth doing? My Dixie says no because he's tired of them already. Life on Marshmallow says Krampus.
Wow.
I have been pushing Krampus everywhere that I go, and I have yet to get a single show to review this movie. I've tried to get it on Bro Science. I've tried to get it on Monday Hangover.
Well, then, let me tell you, at least we have our own show. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
That is very true. So maybe not next week. If we end up going through next week and nobody's still agreed to do it, there is a good chance that Krampus could be ours. I watch Krampus every single year with my family.
And it's on Peacock.
Yeah,
so
it's on Peacock.
It is accessible.
Yeah, it's one of the best, in my personal opinion, one of the best Christmas movies ever made. And Jeremy Allen, no, I'm not going to do Die Hard because I've already done it this week and this month, and I'm so tired of talking about that movie.
Interestingly enough, Krampus is critically liked and audience disliked.
That's wild.
67-52.
Interesting. So not fully disliked, but I'm
just saying.
Right. I'm shocked.
Critics liked it more than the audience.
I'm honestly shocked that audiences aren't higher on that movie. I'm curious what the audience count is and stuff, but yeah, I really don't know of the best, if there is a really good critic hated, Christmas movie, because there are some, like, for example, I didn't realize Jingle All the Way is critic hated. One of my favorites.
Really?
We're actually doing that next week on Bro Science, though. Yeah, but I did not realize that was critic hated. And also, Jack Frost is apparently critic hated. The absolute tearjerker and wonderful Christmas film, Jack Frost, was apparently not liked by critics. So that's really wild. But apparently, I didn't realize this. Apparently, critics were a little mixed when National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation came out. I did not realize that either.
I can see that. That is one of those movies that has aged with the memes. Like, it was an okay movie, and then the memes made that movie better.
Right.
And so I could see critics at first being like, this is not a great movie.
Right.
But here we are.
Yeah, and Cole Hauser saying First Blood. Yeah, Christmas movie because of the one Christmas tree, or like my wife is bringing up with Lethal Weapon, everybody trying to say that one's a Christmas movie, which also I think that's more of just the simple fact. Ooh. Sorry, just got me thinking here.
We
could get into the fringe Christmas movies, actually, that aren't Die Hard, and we could ride the line, because basically every Shane Black movie is a Christmas movie in some way, shape, or form. If you're not familiar with who Shane Black is, he's the guy who did The Nice Guys and more importantly, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is just kind of sort of a Christmas movie. Also, there is Gremlins. So I guess yes, and Christmas with the Cranks is another one that the critics hate as well, that I have not seen. But I'm thinking I want to go with something a little bigger, because we've been doing a little bit more obscure things. So maybe what you seeing, Matt?
Okay, well, so I was just Googling. I was Rotten Tomatoing these movies.
Yes.
Christmas with the Cranks had a 5% from critics.
Holy smokes.
Yeah,
I've never seen it. Have you?
Yeah, I saw it when it came out, actually.
Really? Is it?
Yeah, one of those things my family, well, it's 2004, so I don't remember it that well. But it was one of those movies my family was like, yeah, let's all go see it. It's a family Christmas movie.
Right.
And I remember being like, meh, about this movie. So, I mean, it's 5% with 40%. So,
okay. I'm thinking we go.
Exciting.
I am thinking we go a little more traditional, and we do something like Gremlins.
Yeah. I feel like that's like loved by everybody.
It kind of is, and it's not a critic hated movie by any means.
Yeah, it's not.
And then also, though, we can do a more obscure one. It would be fun to do. We could do Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
I've actually, funny enough, never seen that.
Say what the hell?
Yeah, I've never seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Also, one of my
and like Jackie Blow.
Say what now?
Isn't that the movie called Jackie?
Nope.
Jackie something.
Jackie Blow.
They're two different movies. But it's like I always think of them in the same vein. I've never seen either of them.
Okay, interesting. Well, yeah, that is one of those that's just barely a Christmas movie, but it is technically on paper a Christmas movie. And then maybe we'll add National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation as the third. What do you think?
Yeah.
Now I know that we've had.
I mean, we could do somebody's. Blow what now? Yeah, ask Blaine about that one.
No, you said it, not me.
Quagmire did say, or no, Meister P said Four Christmases. That's a Rotten Tomato score of 25 and an audience of 47.
Really?
It's more of a rom-com style, but as Vince Vaughn and what's her name?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's not. They've changed. They've made their website worse somehow.
Oh, dude, this site sucks. It's hard to navigate.
Oh, Reese Witherspoon's.
Oh, Reese Witherspoon. Okay,
so Vince Vaughn.
So yeah, but I know we don't have as many people in here as we did before, but I do want to run a poll as far as what we could do here. And I see you guys definitely putting up a lot of good ones. But let's see. I like, of course, Cole Hauser is going to give us a G.I. Joe episode in here as well. That would actually be pretty funny. I don't know the last time I've watched a G.I. Joe.
We do a whole like review.
You know what? No, we'll go another not a Christmas movie, and we'll do Batman Returns. All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're going to do, and these aren't criticated. They're just ones that we're putting up. We're going to start the poll here, guys. 3 not really Christmas movies, but kind of sort of Christmas movies. We're going to put them out there. We got Gremlins, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and Batman Returns. So we'll see what pulls out in the win here. I already see y'all's dropping in. We got Gremlins in the lead currently, but it is going back and forth for sure.
Yeah, see, Gremlins is one of those I've not seen that since.
Oh, really?
I've seen it. I'm not saying I haven't.
Right. Not
but I've literally not seen that since 2013, 2014.
Right.
I remember Xena's office at the time were having like a huge debate about if it was a Christmas movie or not, similar to like the Die Hard debate. And I'm like, it is a Christmas movie. That is very strongly a Christmas movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the Gremlins is the most Christmas movie out of all of these. Now, it's currently not in the lead. Currently, Batman Returns is leading, so if you guys have some opinions on what you want us to do, then definitely get there and drop those reviews because or drop those votes because I'm curious as to what ends up winning. But Batman Returns is in a pretty stiff lead at this point. But yeah, the most Christmassy of these movies is Gremlins for sure. But it sounds like you're a proponent. You're a fan of these calling movies that aren't fully Christmas movies a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I think if it's for me, Christmas is about the spirit. So for me to be a Christmas movie, it has to have this like family enlightenment like element to it. So for Die Hard, for example, like my argument for it being pro Christmas is that he is trying to, yes, he's a terrible father, but he is trying to try to make that right during the Christmas season.
Right.
And it is during Christmas, and he is trying to get back to his family, hoping that he can like rekindle a relationship with his family. And for me, that's what makes this a Christmas movie. Now, if it was in July, I'd be like, this isn't a Christmas movie.
Right.
But due to the timing of the movie, that's where for me and my stance, it is a Christmas movie. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I just feel like it's a Christmas movie. No, these are my reasons.
Right.
I like to have my like,
and that's my thing. I get why people say that, like Die Hard, for example, it is why people say it is. For me, it's like it doesn't put me in the Christmas spirit, but I'll watch it at Christmas time. Like,
oh yeah, well, it's like does watching like Fat Man put you in the Christmas spirit or
yes,
really?
Yeah,
I didn't like that. I know you liked it a lot more than I did.
I like it way more than that other one you liked.
No, the other one's way better.
I hate that.
What was it? Deadly Selling.
That is
Violent Night. Nah, that puts me in the Christmas spirit.
It just in that one, yeah. It's just too edgelordy for me, man. I don't know. It felt like disrespectful to Christmas. That one did.
Yeah.
To me. It didn't do it. But I'll probably end up having to see it again at some point. So who knows?
The quandary I have, since we have time, we're shooting the shit.
Right.
While the poll runs. So a horror movie, such as Black Christmas. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it takes place in December. It's at a sorority house, and there's a bunch of people getting murdered.
Right.
Is that a Christmas movie?
Which one again? That
Black
Christmas? I've never seen it, so I don't know.
It's pretty good, but it's very much a horror movie that takes place during the Christmas time. It's like the girls are starting to leave their dorm or their sorority house to go back home and stuff for Christmas. So it's Christmas all around, and everyone's like Merry Christmas and stuff, and like stabby.
Right. So that's the thing. I run like a balance where it's kind of got to be one or the other or both. And when it's both, then it's very Christmassy, right? Like it is a legit Christmas movie.
Yeah.
But I think for me, I notoriously on Monday Hangover did that thing where I clocked the amount of time that is Christmas time in Die Hard.
Sure.
I honestly think that is a more important factor even than themes, where it has to feel like it is Christmas. And for me, like Die Hard doesn't feel like it is Christmas, even if some of those themes are there, even if it takes place on Christmas Day. It just doesn't feel like it is Christmas time. Like I could pull out that 6%, and it could be New Year's, it could be Thanksgiving, it could be whenever.
So if there was a Christmas tree on every floor in every scene, does that make that a Christmas movie for you then?
You probably, yeah.
You think that, okay, so that would make it more of a Christmas
the percentage, for me, like if the percentage of Christmas time is over probably like 40%, then I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, Christmas movie.
Okay.
And I think that's where the struggle is with Die Hard.
Okay, so like then like Black Christmas probably would because they decorated their whole like sorority dorm in like Christmas stuff. So like then it would be.
Right.
It was probably speaking
right.
of that was probably Chris's contribution.
Right. Well, Chris's contribution was what?
The 6%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That probably was.
Yeah,
Chris's contribution was 6%. Now, if y'all see, I did announce a winner. We are going to be doing Batman Returns. It has won. So next week, we are going to be doing a really big, famous, loved movie, which we haven't done in a long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that will be fun. We're going to be, so everybody buckle up. Next week, Batman Returns. That'll be fun.
Yeah. And go watch it. Go review it. Because, I mean, that's one of those things where it's always available on Max.
Right.
And it normally
It's easy
floats
to
around
find.
somewhere else, too.
And I will make the title of the video, Batman Returns is a Christmas movie. Okay? I will do it
There
for
you
all
go.
of you heathens.
There it is.
That will be the title, and we will do it that way, and it'll be fun. And I'm excited to review it. And also, I did want to mention, I see a lot of you guys in the chat were kind of talking about and discussing MegaCon. I will be there again this year. I'm excited about it. Already got my ticket, and it sounds like there is going to be a potential, like a bro science likely semi-event kind of thing, or I say event, like meet up at the booth and or Monday Hangover. So like a lot of our personalities are going to be there from GNT and community. So I will be there. I'm excited about it, and that'll be fun.
All right. So then a question about that. And I know everyone's like dying to know.
Right.
So is the banana coming with you?
No, I'm not bringing the banana. That sounds like something like Quagmire, the epic shit talker. He says I sound stupid. That sounds like something he would say, but he can't be trusted, and neither can you. Don't bring up my banana. I don't like bananas, and actually really struggle.
I saw the video.
A lot of people saw the video because you're a bunch of freaks. You like watching grown men eat bananas. This is what I got to say about that.
That's why we have the internet.
I almost vomited. That was the first actual, like, in all seriousness, because I haven't talked about it since that happened. Really, that was the first time that I had eaten a banana in probably like 15 years, and I almost threw up on stream. Like I fucking hate bananas.
Yeah, dude, I hate bananas too. And I remember there was this period of time where I have like bad cholesterol. And so they were like, oh, if you have bad cholesterol, you need to eat green and stuff,
Right.
potassium. This is a genetic one. Mine's like genetics, not because of shit I eat necessarily.
Right.
And I was working out and eating greens, and they're like, have you tried eating bananas? And I was like, fuck me. I hate bananas. And so I was eating bananas, and my coworkers were like, I was sitting in a queue. My coworker, she liked to give me a lot of shit, but she would sit across from me. She was just like watching me eat it. She was like, that was the most painful experience I've ever watched. Every bite, I was just like,
That was exactly like I was struggling because I did not want to do on stream the like
right.
And I was just like, if it hadn't had whipped cream on it, it probably would have been worse because it at least marginally.
I thought you were going the other way. And I
up.
was just like, yeah, bananas are fucking gross.
They're
dude.
gross as shit. Like I don't like them. I know Cole, they're good. That's the thing. Yeah, it makes it big. Like Cole. Cole is a big mofo. Cole is freaking huge. Yes.
Like Kyle big?
Yeah, he's big. He's not as big as Kyle Gazak.
Right.
Cole. Kyle was in the chat earlier. Kyle is bigger than you, believe it or not. Kyle is a monster. But yeah. Cole is a big dude. So I will say this as far as and banana chips are nastier. I don't know. I might almost eat those.
Nah, dude, they're good.
So for me personally, I have technically had banana things, but they have been blended up in smoothies to where I can't really taste them. That's when you'll find me eating anything with a banana in it is if it's blended up, because like that shit's gross.
I don't like the texture of a banana, and I don't like the taste of a banana. I don't, especially the fucking fake one, like Laffy Taffy banana shit. Get that out of here.
Right. And I see you in here, Movies America. Yeah, we totally agree. It's cool to be late. You can listen to our chat if you want later.
Dude.
But yes, this movie is the tits. It's great. It's one of my favorites. We both loved it and have both been all about it. And it's an absolute blast. Highly recommend it to anybody who's just been lurking and didn't hear our convo on it. And now we're hearing us talk about bananas and Batman Returns. So anyways, as I mentioned, Batman Returns next week. Buckle up, get ready. We're going to do a Batman Returns as a Christmas movie episode.
Yep,
so.
and we'll make sure to remind the empty
God.
chair that we're
this guy
doing Batman Returns, and maybe he'll grace us with his
presence. Maybe he'll show up. Maybe. Hopefully Chris will be back next week. But yeah, so we will be doing that next week. Get excited. And before we leave, we've got to do another important thing.
Indeed.
Which is the... It's our send-off songs. We do these every week. We send you guys off with a song, and this is the perfect time of the year to do it as everyone is talking about their Spotify Wrapped list and everything that they listen to and like to brag about how cool they are because of their Spotify Wrapped list. This is our own personal little Spotify situation here where we're going to send you guys off with a song, tell you something to listen to and to check out, and send you away with some good music here. So, Matt, what have you been listening to, or what song do you have to recommend?
So speaking of the Spotify Wrapped, it's so funny because like my number 2 song, I've not listened to in like 6 months.
Right.
And I listened
You
to
apparently just went hard.
I did. For like weeks. I went hard on one song and then I forgot about it completely until my Wrapped. And then I was like, oh shit.
Right.
That was my number 2 song.
Right.
Who knew? But anyways, so this band was in my top 5. It's called the Jack Wharf Band. WHARFF band. This is kind of like it's bluegrass, rock and bluegrass Appalachian music. They have a new song called Ole Virginia. OLE Virginia. It's just bluegrass. It's nice. It's fun to like tap your foot to. I mean, their music's great. They're new. They have like 10 songs in total. They're just dropping like one-offs every once in a while. And this is just a great one. I think everybody should go check them out, especially their song Washed.
Nice. What's the main song you're recommending?
The Ole Virginia.
Ole Virginia.
Ole Virginia.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, the song that I'm going to send you off with is from Des Rocks. Des Rocks is very interesting. So you're familiar?
I saw him.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. That's Amos.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know you went.
It was me and like 30 people.
That makes sense.
You know me and 30 people.
Really? Well,
they fucking crushed it.
Really?
The opening act, and they had so much energy.
Really?
30-person crowd.
Yeah.
I was like,
they didn't even care.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome. So yeah, Des Rocks is they are on the up and up. It's primarily billed as like one man guy, but he's kind of trying to bring back like classic rock, kind of sort of. At least now, that's what he's doing.
Somewhat.
I don't know what he was doing back then when you saw him, but that is what he's doing now. It's like, he's literally borderline dressing like Elvis in like his more like rock grungier era is how he's looking and dressing now.
Yeah, it's definitely changing himself a little bit. I mean, he definitely kind of had that because that's his persona.
Right. He's really leaning into it. He's got a new song called The Juice. So listen to The Juice by Des Rocks if you're into more classic rock. This is a cool song. It's really fun. It's starting to do some traction on social media and stuff. This guy is a vibe. His music's really good. As you've heard, Matt likes him and stuff. They're a really interesting band, and this isn't like their biggest song because it just came out, but it's fun. If you're missing that old school rock and roll era of just bands playing real instruments, just crushing it, like that's the style.
Well, and like their other music is just very authentically them.
Right.
And I couldn't even pinpoint what another band sounds like because they have a lot of things that is just a lot of guitar heavy, but it's not like heavy metal.
Right.
And like I don't even know what genre to put them in.
No, I don't know.
Except that they have electric guitars.
Right.
And it's kind of like a rocky kind of, but it's also bluesy. I don't know. That's like my number 2 genre was like heavy metal and like country blues.
Right. Yeah. So. It's fun. It's fun stuff. So yeah, check out Des Rocks and The Juice. So good songs. They'll be on our Criticless Cast music playlist. Go check that out. Our send off songs playlist is on our page. If you want to hear all the stuff that we've been recommending over the time, and if you happen to forget what we recommended, it'll be in that playlist. So anyways, guys, this is time for us to be shoving off. I am really glad to have all you guys in the chat. This was a great show, another fun one, and in the bag. And we will be back next week to talk about Batman Returns. And like we said, hopefully Chris will be here. Right now, it's just, the empty chair. Bye, empty chair. It was nice to have you here. And we'll have Chris back next week. We'll be talking about some Batman. It'll be fun. And all the usuals. Thanks for being here in the chat. We love you guys. This has been fun. We will see you in Criticless. Come drop your reviews. Come say hi. All of that stuff. And if you're in the chat, if you're listening, whatever, and you haven't joined Criticless yet, do it. Come on and do it. Everybody in here is on Criticless, and they're chatting and having fun in the groups and all that. So you do it too. And until then, guys, we'll be back next week. Later,
guys.